about you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our lovely zero viewers.
Well, it's because we're late.
We are a tad late, I apologise. I had to sort some stuff out with the stream setup. You might have got several notifications from me. Just telling you I love you.
Wasn't it mainly Alan's fault anyway?
It's always Alan's fault. He's the owner, so he's ultimately responsible.
Everything's my fault.
For those of you that watched last week that are catching up, our adventurers defeated a vampire. They then proceeded to take a long rest. What level is everybody now?
Still the same, isn't it?
Level 9.
Well, still 9, good.
Okay.
I could be level 10 if you like.
Yeah, sorry, I meant 19.
Yeah,
sorry.
You forgot the one. It always happens.
Always happens, math.
And
Although
now...
we haven't got time to sit there.
No.
Like 10 levels.
Let's just do
I don't know.
the entire session.
I've never got this far in any campaign ever in my life, so it's like every time we go
lie.
I further started.
Oh no, I started level 10.
We were like... Well, we were more than that, weren't we? We were like 13, 14 when we finished Nick's.
No, I thought we were 10 or 11. But I had a shit character then. I had a bog standard first time fighter. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You had a one-handed archer.
I had a one-handed archer because I stupidly...
What, crossbows or...
No, he lost his hand, so he
I lost
couldn't
my
go
arm.
anymore.
Yeah, so I started off as a fighter, and then I realised that I didn't quite understand what I was doing when I built my character. So he let me change my fighter ever so slightly, so I became an archer, and I started using the magical arrows and stuff, and it was really good fun. And then on a session where we had about 9 players, I didn't quite hear what the DM said, so I wasn't paying attention because I got bored, and which never happens now. But yeah, I heard darkness, and I was like, oh, I've got a ring of light. I put my arm in, it should light up, and we can see it. What I didn't hear was, is a magical darkness, no light can be seen in it whatsoever, magical or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just went and stuck my arm, and it went, your arm is now gone.
So
it's just
no
perfectly
matter-
seared, but it's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. Question. How does a bow and arrow work with one arm? And he's like, it doesn't.
Answer. It doesn't.
Yeah, and we were in the final tomb, so I went
I
about
don't know.
8 or 9
You
sessions.
seen that woman who does it with her feet? Going on with her
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that's
True.
going to be exotic weapon.
I was going to say...
feet. You'd be prone as well,
I was
wouldn't
gonna
you,
say-
doing it?
At least,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, in fairness, I think she's had more than a couple of hours practice to do
Here's the thing,
that.
we were in the final tomb, which
Yeah.
meant there was no way of going out, or getting him healed, or getting it restored,
Yeah.
because
So,
no one in the party
The
had
only
the
thing
means
we were
to do
able
that.
to do was to take the head of my mace and attach it to my arm so I could sort of hit people a bit harder.
Army of Darkness style. What was it, Ash?
Yeah, Ash Army's like. So I
had a bow.
8 to 10 sessions, I basically ran into rooms Leroy Jenkins style trying to die, and I didn't die. They would. I got revived so many times. I actually resented
Coming
life.
back.
Party in life.
My life isn't worth it anymore.
If the party went, we're going down here, I'm like, I'm going that way. Ah!
Every time someone healed him back from 0 hit points, he would sit up and be like, "Oh, fuck off!"
I think I built like 9 players. Like they'd be doing stuff, and I'm like, I'm dying. This is great.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, and we heal him. No! Why? I'm useless. But I was the first one out of the dungeon. I was like, I hate this. Like I'm alive, but I hate this.
Am I completely healed? No.
Almost everyone had died as well, hadn't they? At some point.
At some point,
Like, at some point they died and got a new character, and we'd sort of brought in a new character. And I'm like,
I got petrified and got resurrected at one point, but you couldn't die fine.
I was like, kill me, please. I just want to die. It was but then when we first started 3D printing, we printed off a Dragonborn fighter, and it first one print, it failed, and it severed the arm. And I was like,
It knows.
I'm like, well, I'm not throwing that away. I'm keeping that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
my brosif, as it was called.
So,
Yeah. It was something else. It was a dragon.
Annoyingly,
name, but I couldn't say it.
Annoyingly, being one of Alan's first characters, he didn't do the voice for it. Because Brosif absolutely should have been like, "Sup, dudes? Gotta go and hit him, brah."
I'm getting better.
Oh man, my arm's off, brah.
Swell.
Man. This is gonna suck.
Yeah, with armor, but with no sleeves on his armor, just ripped the arms off his armor sleeves.
And he's just,
Like me now, really.
"We can do this.
Just tie a mace to my stump. We're gonna. Yeah.
When I am lifting weights, it's like I am. Nope.
I feel your ball.
I feel your bum. I get excited.
Yeah.
Put the cookie down.
Put the cookie down. Put that cookie down.
That's the only movie she knows Arnold Schwarzenegger from. It's depressing.
Oh God. God.
He's done more.
I know.
God,
Okay.
No.
He's
No,
done more.
I've seen all his movies.
I was going to say,
My girlfriend has only seen Jingle All the Way.
he's done.
I'm like, out of everything, that's the one. That's the one you get.
Is that the viewing you met at?
Yeah. It's information that I got afterwards. I'm like,
Afterwards,
oh,
yeah.
I'm too committed now. This is
I think we need to hold an intervention. Like,
And
you've
there's-
got some films we need
She
to
also
watch.
watched
There's
Endgame
much
and
more.
didn't remember the Reese now.
Oh yeah. So we're watching One Division, and she's like, I don't really get it because who's she and what's the thing with her brother and I'm like, wait, you've seen Age of Ultron? Yeah. The one with the robot and and they introduce her and her brother, and at the end her brother dies. She's like,
Yeah.
oh no, it doesn't sound familiar. So like, and I
It's
don't
like
really
a
get
big
it.
point. The music
And I-
changes.
And then we watched The Winter Soldier and the Falcon, and she's like, I really don't get the whole thing. And I'm like, what? I and she's like, I never really liked Captain America, so I never watched the. No. No.
It's not just you, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not just me talking about you. It's
Mainly.
But so I was like, so after a bit of delving, it realised that she's watched about 3 Marvel movies, but only paid attention to about 10% of them. So we went back and we watched in chronological.
I feel we should have an opposing view.
Yeah, so we ended up watching them in chronological order, which I've never done. So it was
That's
quite
something I
fun
want to do. Something I'm surprised I haven't
it works quite well. But we watched Captain America, and at the end of Captain America, it's like,
Disney Plus.
I get it now. And then every single one we went through, she understood a bit more about what was going on. But yeah, she didn't remember the. We were watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. She said, yeah, but when are they going to snap and bring everyone back? And I'm like, what? And she's like, they haven't done the snap. And I'm like, but you've seen Endgame. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, they did it then. That's why the people we are watching were snapped and have been unsnapped. Like the whole storyline of this show is about what happens because of the unsnap.
People have moved on.
And she's like, oh. She's the dumbest smart person. She's a genius. She's like getting top marks in a degree computer programming.
Sure.
And then she just fucking stupid about other
Do you
stuff.
remember what we
Skills and focuses.
muted out a few sessions ago? The podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is what it would be.
Yeah.
Okay, a complete discussion
We've
about
been
Alan's love life.
No,
We don't have time for that. That's
We've been talking about doing a geeky talking podcast for a
it would
year.
be interesting facts, Alan's stories, and somebody else who's in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just choose a random. Just grab one. Put somebody off the table.
And this week our special guest is Patrick
Gary
Stewart.
from table 3.
No, it is Patrick Stewart on mute. And then proceed to have the podcast with nothing from Patrick Stewart ever, because he's on mute. I'd like to thank Patrick Stewart for sitting here.
Yeah,
No one
well,
knows.
thank you, Patrick Stewart.
No one will know. I can't believe
I
it.
do quite. I do
We've had
do that
Patrick
'cause
Stewart.
we
You
had
should.
some great
You should.
chat.
There should be some sort of balance. You should sort of work it out.
Anchor is the format you use.
Sorry, what did you call me?
Automatically puts it on Spotify and all the others.
Yeah. But it's just-
I'd be more than happy for doing that, by the way.
yeah, well, it's finding time.
Yeah.
I barely like this is
You've got nothing but time.
We have a
this
good laugh
session
here with this
and the
shit.
session that I now do every other Thursday is pretty much the closest thing to downtime I have at any point. And even then, I still end up dealing with stuff.
Alright, where were we?
Yeah,
Right,
we're in a
let's-
room
let's
having
speak of
to
which, let's do the fun thing.
Just rested.
Yeah.
I will show you guys on the map.
Excellent.
Well, let me find my character.
See the, well, I've just zoomed out all the way. The characters are here in this room.
Yep.
What's in that room?
That was the balls.
That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
silver spheres.
I was like that room.
I don't
looks
want to go
bad.
back there.
That was the room full of geysers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we fight the vampire. Oh, did we ransack the body?
No, we hadn't done that yet.
Didn't you turn us to ash? Oh wait, it wasn't sunlight, was it?
No, I nearly died.
No, me and Altman.
Repeatedly.
searched
In
Really?
fact, I died. So,
Oh,
so
like
the end of
100
the session.
hit points?
This is the
How?
only time I remember what happened last week because it was so dramatic and it mainly involved me getting my ass kicked.
Shall we have a what happened last session from Alan?
So I ran into the room.
Yeah.
I saw a no what?
You did. You did remember
Coffin.
that all of a
I
sudden.
saw a coffin.
Yeah.
I went open. A vampire's inside. I then rolled a very low initiative.
Yes.
So I'm stood next to
gonna
a
lie,
vampire
Tom.
going,
This is a good call.
Ew.
oops. The vampire
Altman,
uses a legendary action.
Altman, please roll me an investigation roll.
Do you need the same from me?
Yes, please.
Investigation.
I got better than it was, but a 10 plus investigation. I've just realised I've not got my.
Better than it was.
Well, it was about to hit a 3.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it just
yeah,
went
yeah.
clunk.
13.
Anyone on this right?
13.
Yeah, 13 in total.
Sorry.
So we
Oh,
should-
Actually, that's the best I got with
in a bit.
a +8 to investigation.
Ours were bigger than medallions. No.
Mine's better. I got a 10 without.
I got a
any pluses.
13. And
Why
that's
do I
with
keep
the
getting
+8.
updates for
Alright,
books
Alan.
that have been written?
Matt on that.
1 second, I'm just trying to find my
Pardon?
Jump fries.
modifier.
Go for it, pass them over. I can run them down.
Investigation.
What's the prize?
Plus 6. So 16 in total.
Doubling down on my diet.
16,
again.
sure.
I won't tell anyone.
You are searching the coffin and you realise the coffin is on a sort of stone plinth. The coffin itself is wooden, so moves quite easily. The stone plinth is hollow, it's sort of like stone barriers with the coffin on top.
Okay.
The coffin acting as a lid to a stone chest. When you move the coffin, a little bit of light from the room creeps in, and you hear, "Shut that door!
It's drafty.
You let the light in!"
Sorry. It's a coffin, not a door.
Well, whatever it is, shut it! Thank you
Okay.
for apologising.
Okay.
Perception checks from everybody else to see if you hear the voice.
Is that us as
To see
well?
if we hear the voice. Okay.
I wanted to go through the Shirley, you're dead by now. No, I'm not, and don't call me Shirley.
21 for chat.
You're a musician though,
8
not
for
good
Gary.
Yeah.
Natural one. I'm not sure how that
You're
applies.
thinking about a new song.
Oh, just drifting.
Yeah, you're not like
Yeah.
someone else
So,
here.
Chert and
I
Azar
have
hear
massive
the voice.
ears and I didn't hear it.
Chert and Azar hear the voice.
What was that?
May I ask, who are you okay? Why are you in the? What's the problem with the light? Is there an issue? Are you UV sensitive?
I like being in the dark. I just like the dark.
I mean, I get it.
It's safe.
Can you pop up and say hello?
No, I can't move.
Can I come down and see you if I make sure I?
You've got a lot of room.
Thank you.
Hang on, before what sort of creature are you?
That's offensive, sir.
Oh, that is a bit.
It might not be a creature.
Creatures that make
Sorry,
us
Sid, I'm
voices,
gonna go
sir.
straight over you.
No, it's cool.
I'm sorry, Miss person. What's your
Are
name?
you assuming their gender?
I am Azar. Nice to hear of you.
Checks for stuff
Did you
like
just assume my gender, you miss
No.
rubbish little bastard?
No, I said creature.
Can I guess your name? Is it perchance Karen
with milk.
My name is not perchance Karen.
or Kevin?
Oh, very good.
My name is Whelm.
Yeah.
Well,
He must be a.
Well,
Got a
W-H-E-L-M.
good set of
Are
taps.
you
Well.
over
Hang
or
on,
under?
no, I'm just, I was,
You will be both overwhelmed by my prowess and underwhelmed by my appearance.
Well, show yourself then.
Of course.
Are you inferring that you have a bigger dickus in all the world?
Well, I have a rather
But
large
you-
shaft, I will admit that. And the head's great.
Church looking through his bag for some hammer and nails to make sure this coffin never moves again.
Good job hammering into stone. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's what I worked out.
I was like, wait, that's not going to work.
Diamond nails.
We have an intelligence check for a reason.
Alright. If you give yourself a minute,
I have another question. Do you have any nails or a hammer?
I don't
I
have any
need
of
to
this. This
prepare
plan
myself for
is
the
fun.
light. So if you give me a minute,
and then open it up. We can
Okay.
meet. Well, I would say face to face, but you'll understand what I mean when I say I can't do that.
Okay.
It's going more and more Yorkshire than more.
I was going to say,
Just in
I've
case.
never been more pleased about rolling a natural one than ever.
I'm not involved
really
in
nice.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm literally staring at the corner of the room, and that's
I'm
enough.
readying a shadow blade.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay,
do
okay,
you
I
have
think
that?
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
You think you're ready?
Open the lid.
Okay, so we slowly push it open for him. So be
Revealed.
careful not
this thing takes up like 4 squares or more. I'm going to be very upset.
It does not.
I'm
However,
gonna
it
shank
wouldn't
it.
fit in that, would it?
We're not that.
I mean, admittedly, D&D does that a lot. Though. You're like, well, the thing it climbed out of is 1 square, but the monster is now 4 squares. How?
Yeah.
actually,
And then someone goes
I do
polymorph. Equipment. Where's my spells?
that. Okay. See, well, I've got zids actually. Aha! You should now see a new tab.
No.
A new
It's a bit small, I'm going to be honest.
Ah, God damn it! It won't let me see it because I'm on incognito mode. Fine. Show you this one.
What? Oh.
What pretty hills?
No,
Green.
that one.
Ooh.
A hammer.
Oh, it's a hammer.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm very pretty. I told you, big shaft and good head.
That was not what I pictured.
Would you like to come along with us, Mr. Hammer, sir?
I'm
Or
going to
miss?
be
I'm not
honest.
sure.
I don't really like open spaces.
Are you a bit agoraphobic?
I don't know what that word means.
Are you afraid of tight spaces?
Yeah, what you just said.
I'm not
basically.
afraid of
spaces.
tight
A
open
warhammer would
spaces,
not
yes.
Well,
sound
I
like
could
this.
put you in my bag, and then you're in
Is
there.
your bag nice and dark?
Yeah, very dark, very
Yeah,
dark.
okay. Okay.
And I'll also grab the vial and the scrolls that's in there too.
Sure thing. I'm gonna equip this to your character.
Thank you.
Have a look, because this thing is fucking bonkers.
Hence the name.
Oh shit! It's a thing. It's an actual
Hence the
thing.
voice.
Yeah,
Isn't this one of the things we're
it's
looking
called Whelm, and it is ridiculously good.
I'm glad I picked it up now. I thought I was going to get cursed.
You might be able to read some of it on the screen.
for? Wow.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, that fits in with my character though
It
as
does,
well, which
'cause
is nice.
yeah.
I'm going to pretend like I read the rest.
Might have hammer
that's
ND
even
soon
better.
enough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I already have locate objects. I can get rid of that and get a different spell. Nice. Supernatural awareness.
Whelm adds.
Sentience. Oh, that's him talking.
Yeah. So Whelm is a magic warhammer. Stop
Does
casting
it
that.
have an ego? Is that something that is that a mechanic that exists in 5e, or is it
Not
is it
as
dropped?
a like finite value.
Okay.
There is notes on the items page as a DM how to play the character, but I can play whichever way.
Okay. Yeah, because in 3.5 there was the ego factor,
is.
wasn't there? That
Yeah, there
so
was,
there was a potential to will it want to do something?
So Whelm is a +3 warhammer that you can also throw. You can throw it and call it back to your hand.
But do you have to be worthy?
No.
You can use an
That's even
action.
better.
You can use an action to hit the
jailbroken.
ground and trigger a shockwave, which can stun things in range.
Excellent.
It allows you. In addition, you can use an action to cast Detect Evil and Good or Locate Object, and it gives you basically any secret or concealed doors. The hammer will be like, "It's over there."
Should just
Yeah.
grab stuff.
But I'm guessing you can only use it at night.
It's
No.
like
It just says
open a coffin, nearly died. But
you become
I got a one.
adverse to large open spaces and bright
And then
sunlight.
thunderstep points up.
As in, you would rather be inside buildings
Yes.
than inside
Oh my
places.
god, yes.
Because that mechanic
did
would
Azar
affect the
find
other
anything
mechanic.
in
Well, I should probably
did, but
re up that
yeah,
due
exactly.
being proficient in my warhammers.
Whelm itself,
Yeah, fuck off.
You
it's
could
mine.
throw it,
Yeah.
go on a holiday,
I'm also proficient.
and then
in
call it.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
It would take a while, obviously.
you
Presumably
say,
it has a
just-
fly speed of 60 foot or something.
I am now Thor. I'm the god
Yeah,
of thunder.
yeah.
Yeah.
We really should. Altman should be renamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Thor
forgot, yeah,
without
because
the
of course you
thunder.
got you.
I've got my Thunderstep and Thunderclap. Yeah. I am basically an ACDC.
Yeah, what we need
Yeah.
is the legendary vampire to come back so that Altman can really try
Yeah.
his bad boy
So,
out.
to be fair, I did most of the damage to him.
Well,
I just
yeah,
also took
you also
all
did
of the
most of
damage.
the standing.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
Alan. the hammer
Yeah.
can communicate telepathically with you,
Oh,
But never
and
will.
the hammer can read and understand dwarfish, giant, and goblin.
Nice. So,
So if you-
so I can go.
well,
What's
no.
that say?
If there's a
I mean, I can
goblin,
read it,
if there's
but-
goblins in the other room, you can be like, "Tell me what they're saying."
They say, look at that.
The hammer says there's a bunch of goblins, and one of them's just gone, "Ouch."
And walks into a bar full of goblins. They're dead.
Yeah, this thing's really good,
Thank you.
really strong. That's in the book.
I know. That's why I was like, it's actual thing.
As for Azarth, you're not quite as distracted by the hammer, meaning you can search the rest of it.
Can I just check something quickly
Yes.
about my wand of what's the magic?
Your effervescent wand, yes.
Does it regain charges?
It regains charges every long rest. It regains D6.
D6. Cool.
However, for the normal magic missile, which is just, I believe, level 2, you do not need to expend a charge.
That's 2. I only used 4. So, yeah, no, because I used 4, possibly 6.
Azarth, who is searching the rest
There's
of the
only
under the
7.
coffin area,
So
Azarth,
yeah,
you
well,
find
2 more.
total of 10,000 gold pieces in various coins,
Yeah.
I just annoyingly I thought I put my iPhone on charge.
a potion of mind reading.
1%.
You drink the spell and you drink the potion, you count as being under the
Wait,
effect
it's
of the
'cause
spell without having
the
to spend a
pen.
spell slot.
So I
Was
can
on
pretty much
3%
cast the 10
last
swords
week, so
without
I've got
using
the
the spell slot.
And
It's drained.
3 spell scrolls.
Okay, Altman.
You
These
said-
are going in the bag of holding, so listen to
Yeah, yeah.
those.
3 spell scrolls. The spell scrolls are Magic Mouth, Dispel Magic. I knew you were going
When
to
you laugh
snigger
at
at
that, you make it sound really rude.
child.
I didn't even think of it as a rude thing. I was just like, oh yeah, he's got a bit of a mouth, and then my brain sort of caught up with itself and went, oh, you're already laughing at the dirty joke.
Yeah. Magic Mouth, Dispel Magic, and Conjure Minor Elemental.
Could we combine the first two to make
Is
mouth?
that not a crime in this world?
No.
Okay, so we can just conjure minors.
Providing they are under your control.
I just don't feel
Unlike
comfortable
the
about
demons.
controlling minors. That's my issue. I mean, being Welsh, I'm not a fan of controlling minors.
But
When
you-
we say
no,
minors-
even Margaret Thatcher showed you have to be in control of your minors.
Ooh.
$5.
But if we summon minors, are we going to get a bunch of dwarves with axes, or are we going to get a bunch of 12-year-olds?
No, you're going to get a bunch of angry Yorkshire folk throwing bricks.
Ah,
With the bait pen in their hand.
yeah.
Different miners. Oh,
Watermelon.
no one from a pit town will be caught dead with a bait pen.
No.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to Barnsley, you know what I'm on about.
You can't afford them anyway, can they?
Not anymore.
Sorry.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Well, no second shot.
Okay, so yeah, quite a haul from under the dragon's coffin, but the whelm is the big prize.
Sorry, can I just get the name of them spells again? Quickly?
Spells are Conjure Minor Elemental,
Minor mental.
Magic Mouth, which is the third part in the Magic Mike trilogy.
When it's really hard up for cash.
No, it's where it's Channing Tatum's younger cousin, who's a very shouty Essex lad. They call him Mouth all the time.
It's fallen on hard times.
Well, he does when he does the lap dancing. Damn it. And the other spell was Dispel Magic. Sorry, sometimes my mouth runs away and then my brain goes, what?
What did I just say?
Yeah, but why is it that I can't see if the
That's just me putting them spells in so that I can add
what
it.
armor the vampire had?
It was tattered bits of splint mail armor.
Can I put any scraps in
Not
the
in
bag
any
of
way,
holding?
not in bag of holding, yeah.
No, any sellable bits.
None of it's sellable.
Alright, fair enough.
Any bits that are intact are rusted and worn and like really bad conditions.
Alright, fair enough. So, can I check when we push the coffin aside to let the magic
Hammer
hammer
out.
aside if there's a stairwell
There is not.
to go further down, or is there any hole to go further, any way to
There
go
is
further
not.
down?
And the hammer will tell you there are no secret doors in this room.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you now have
Where
a
the Google Chrome?
Oh,
How does it
you
connect?
now have a really you have to be on the same internet.
can we go back to the Sphinx and go to the centre corridor?
You can.
I've just looked at the map.
This is a printer.
You can if you'd like
Sending
to.
it up.
Yes, I told the party
You're
that
sending
we've
it
got
to
the
that
centre
web
corridor
address
above
to
the
that
Sphinx
basically,
to
and
check.
that goes. Okay, I'll play from there.
So yes. What are we trying to do?
I'm just going to catch the stream up there if I can.
I'll just do it here from my laptop.
I was saying that'll be easier, but I was just like, I'm going to go get. Well, if the if trust payments ever put the bloody money in my bank account, I'm going to go get the various bits and pieces. I still haven't had any money through from since Friday.
From
The credit card company.
really?
Yeah.
You'd expect to be able to trust a company that's called
Trust
Trust.
Payments.
Trust
Yeah.
payments. Yeah.
See, I promised myself, if I ever set up a company, I'd call it, Money Inc. or Profit.com or something like that. It's like, no, this is what we do. We're just interested in.
Did I tell you about this?
I mean, I wish companies.
Same story
Okay,
as
we're
like
back.
the.
Sorry, we were talking about scams and that, and I didn't want to give anyone any ideas, so I just shut the mic off.
Well, you shouldn't have said it.
But
for
we're
me
back
then,
now.
should you?
Oh. I'll tell mine the next time we call.
Tell yours in the next break.
Yep.
So, you guys, the Sphinx is already fed up, said you guys can go up the central corridor, don't worry about it. Go for it.
I just say evening to the
The
Sphinx.
Sphinx has already given up on us.
No, I just go
We
to the
broke
Sphinx.
them.
I go to the Sphinx and say
rock, paper, scissors,
evening,
things.
Yeah.
because I have no idea the sense of time. down
I
there.
will open up the
Um,
viewing portal.
Yeah, are we able to
You
zoom,
sure
zoom in a little bit? I may have glasses, but it's better to
change
see.
the password.
Yeah, because it told me you had, so it locked me out.
So I don't think I can change the password, which is worrying.
I have that with Google all the time. Incorrect password, incorrect password, reset password. What's your new password? Here it is. Your new password cannot be your old password.
Cannot be your old
Fuck it.
password.
I've done that.
The amount of times I put like a smiley face or something on the end of it and then forget I've set a smiley face, I'm like,
Oh.
this is the right password.
I saw someone sent me a thing today, it was just a meme of just somebody sat looking for you confused going, I don't think I've got any more passwords in me.
Yeah.
I like that, that's really funny.
Try by me and me. I've only got like 3 passwords and I forget them every fucking time.
Yeah. I'm on a
I'm dead safe, me. I have one password for everything.
See, I had one password for everything, and then
Things start to
It went
fall
wrong?
apart
Yeah.
over the years. Yeah.
and now I've got 3 or 4, but now there's some passwords that say, oh, you can't have consecutive numbers. So I'm like, well, that's a big part of my password.
Yeah, there was something where you couldn't have more than 2 numbers or letters, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I
No.
I
What
once
if my
worked for a
name is
company-
Abkad?
Yeah.
I once worked for a company, I won't say which, that had, for various different reasons, ensured you had to change your password once every 2 weeks.
Oh god.
So it was a nightmare. In the end, every employer was like, there you go, just adding exclamation marks on the end, and literally have to, so it was like password, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
It was everybody
Password's
every
the-
time.
password's the
It
same.
was just 15 minutes of this when you logged
Yeah,
on in the
there is a
morning
2-point
because nobody cared. After
Which
like,
I don't know
you've
what
done
that
it
is,
like
but-
100
yes,
times
it's
in a
just
year.
like that.
You're like, I don't care anymore. I don't know what it is.
That's what it was.
Keep doing
but
that and pressing
you're in.
enter and then that and then pressing enter.
It was one of my
I
worst.
was like, I tried all the new passwords. I'm like, oh fuck. Hang on, wait. I can't. Every time I try to change the password on that, it doesn't work. So it must be still this.
With this, is there some box
Yeah.
text coming?
Yes, well, sort of.
That's
Okay.
our security system.
Is that showing Chromecast 0566?
No.
No.
It's just to get started,
Yeah.
download
Oh
the
yeah,
Google
yeah.
Home app.
566. Sorry, there's a fan in the way.
Yep. Well,
It's
It's one of my worst days.
Yeah, as in a literal fan, not a.
Our only fan. Oh, no,
It's
we've got a couple more.
there every night, to be fair. Silent though.
You find a room. The room appears to be filled with ankle-deep water.
I don't like appears to be filled.
Yeah, neither do I, but it's in the fucking book.
I don't like you use the word appears. Oh, hang on. I've got lots of shit now that it does all sorts of stuff. Oh no.
Yeah.
Or is that?
The
What?
recipe book from the anime. And fuck me, some of the stuff looks really good. I want to try it out.
I was thrown then. I was like,
I was complete. Yeah.
I was like, is that what's in there?
Yes, the room looks like an anime.
Oh no. There's going to be
There
unnecessary
is an
boob
underage
jigging.
schoolwoman with an
massive
underage
eyes.
schoolgirl with massive eyes and
For no reason, their boobs are going to be jiggling up and down for completely no storyline there thing whatsoever.
and then there's a boy with legs 6 feet long and a large sword.
Yeah. Okay.
You got you just described the whole of Bleach in a second.
Wait,
I all of anime in a second.
I need to go back to.
We can send Blobby in. I can't remember his name.
You've got the flesh golem still in front
Flesh
of you.
Golem. So yeah.
Yeah, I say we
Oh,
send
got
Fleshy in.
Yeah.
Room
Okay.
first.
Can we
we
call
send
him something
Fleshy.
else than fleshy?
Fleshy.
Nah.
Let's call him Jim.
Light.
Yeah, because it conflicts with something that Alan has at home.
Well,
We'll call him Jim.
or you could
Jim.
call him Adam,
No.
which is the act.
I haven't got time.
Again,
Yeah, no,
I
that's
apologise
exactly
if
what
I'm
I was like,
wrong,
what?
Oh, yeah.
but it is supposedly the name of Frankenstein's monster,
Blobby.
Adam,
Oh, Adam, sorry, forgive me.
oh yes.
Yeah,
to
because of
symbolise
Adam
the first man.
Yeah.
And this is a flesh golem. It's a being created by piecing flesh together.
We'll call him Adam then.
Plus,
call him
I can then tell my brother that he is a blank, faceless chode.
Sounds good.
Go
Adam,
for
in you go.
How is your brother?
So, can we ask Adam to basically walk into the room and just
Dead
I mean, he
center.
doesn't work, so fuck
walk,
him.
walk over things.
Walk
Sure.
over things.
Any
So,
paving
wait.
slabs slightly higher than the other one, jumping
Adam
down
steps
on those.
forward. Adam steps forward.
Tell you
Adam
guys to
steps
sit in the room.
forward and sploosh.
Oh.
Sploosh as in descends.
As in sploosh.
Right.
Hey. Okay.
So, as a casual observer, is this sploosh as in, oh, he descends down aimlessly, or is it a case of, when something wraps around your ankles and pulls you and you go sploosh?
No, it's almost like he's walked off a diving board and just dropped.
Okay.
Can flesh golems survive in the water?
I'm just checking that out.
It was like, funny enough, I'm googling that now. Oh, there we go.
Did he not manage to catch himself?
Yeah, Chloe's not allowed in the building when I'm waiting for deliveries because this
Why?
is what happens.
What?
Have you not noticed that I've completely moved everything round?
Yes.
Oh, she asked me to help her stick board games in an empty gap, so if they're not in the right order,
God,
that's her fault.
please word it properly.
Don't infer that the female staff requested you to stick things in anything.
Oh, they asked me to help them put board games back in empty
there you go.
spaces.
That's the better phrase.
So
That's the
if
correct
the
phrase.
board games are not in the right spaces for said board games, I do apologize.
No, we haven't decided where everything. It was
There we go.
mainly just getting some games down the front end so people can see them a bit more.
Yeah.
Right,
hopefully-
yes.
It says ready to cast.
The very last line says a golem doesn't require air, food, drink, or sleep.
Sweet.
So he goes sploosh.
Excellent. All right, so we don't
Can
need
we?
to.
Does anyone have a telepathic connection with said golem, or the ability to message
Nope.
them?
I can detect its thoughts, and that's probably about it.
Probably
So
not.
if it receives
Gone from the
instructions,
table.
just for clarity,
Map's gone from the table.
it has, and that's a shame. But just for clarity, if the flesh golem receives his instructions verbally, can I just highlight that we've all tried to shout or say something underwater, haven't we? And we know it's inaudible. I'm not sure we'll be able to. We'd have to.
Does he speak any of the languages
Raise
my
him from the
now
depth.
hammer speaks?
Well, yes. I'm assuming he does.
It would have been a good idea to give him the hammer. Take with him.
Well, and lose them both.
No, you see, the hammer he can go,
I can
bring it back to his hand.
Yeah, the hammer I can bring back
and
to
the
him.
hammer speaks dwarfish and giant, and that can talk to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but okay.
And the hammer
talk
could
to
pull
you.
him off. Oh, what?
The hammer pulls him off. Sounds like you had a very intimate relationship with this
It's
hammer.
comparable to losing a good friend. Piss off, ghost.
Have you seen?
I can't fight any ghosts in
No.
any campaign now.
Hello, my name's Cool.
Piss off, ghost.
I'm made of rocks. Don't let that
Yeah,
intimidate
yeah.
you.
Have you seen the Deadpool reviews, the Free Guy trailer?
Yes.
Where it's done like Deadpool's
With
Caribbean
Paul.
podcast, and he goes,
It's
and here's
amazing.
my special guest. Christ, Korg, really? Is that the only Marvel character that would respond to us?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's because Taika Waititi is in Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. So Taika Waititi is the voice for
Yeah,
Korg.
it's brilliant.
So they're going through the trailer as if they're doing a React video,
Yeah.
but it itself is an advert for the film.
I get you.
But it's funny. It's really good.
Free Guy itself, though, is just.
I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed
Enjoyed
it.
it a lot.
It's,
It's had quite a lot
not
of stick, hasn't it?
Don't get me wrong. It's not a.
It's not a clever film.
It's a
It's not a
popcorn
clever film. But
It's a popcorn
it's,
film.
Yeah, it's
It's
a popcorn film. It's just so many. It's
was
a
enjoyable for what it
reference
was.
film.
Yeah, I just hoped for more.
Really?
But,
It's a
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds movie. He's not got.
I
great-
enjoyed
I love the man, but he's not got the greatest track record.
I
Really,
enjoyed
in this
Boss
century.
Level more than
I really enjoyed Boss Level.
way more than I enjoyed
Really
Free
enjoyed
Guy.
Boss Level. I didn't think I would.
And the
I don't
budgets
think
are
I've seen
just,
that
there's
one
a massive
Amazon Prime.
discrepancy in everything.
Yeah, no, I know it's on there. I just haven't
Yeah.
got around to watching it.
No, well, you probably should have put it on before you put personal opinion.
I mean, I'm easily pleased when it comes to the movie.
Now,
I pretty much go into
eventually-
everything and go, oh, I enjoyed that.
Now,
Except for Ready
eventually,
Player One, but we're not starting that
the
rant.
Flesh Golem
That
appears
surprises me, 'cause I enjoyed
on the
it.
other side.
I love the book
We love-
and really love the
absolutely.
audio.
I didn't know it was a book. Why did I not know this was a book?
If you,
The book is incredible.
the book
Normally
is incredible, and
Normally, it's the first thing I do is
yeah.
notice a book, and I.
it's a great book. And he's got there's two of them, and he's also
So there's
got
the
another book
corridor
that's
to
really
the
good as
top
well.
and to the right.
There is.
But
No, there's a
I
corridor to
highly
the top.
recommend
But there's also one to the
Yeah,
left.
hang on.
whether
No,
you
there
do or do not listen to the audiobook, because it's read by Will Wheaton, and it is one of my it was one of my things that got now
I
since
can't
then,
listen to all of it, but I will certainly get the
Yeah.
book.
But I've listened to about 30 books since.
He appears on the other side of the
All
room.
by Will, read by Will.
No, just I mean,
Were we
just
meant to see that
Apparently,
bit
that
earlier?
got me into
apparently,
audiobooks.
apparently
Okay.
ascending some
Okay.
stairs.
I think it's just
Or
because he
possibly
references
a
lots of
sloped floor, you don't
Star Trek, and he's actually in the book as well.
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
character. So it's quite funny that hearing him talk about himself
Okay.
is quite.
I'm
I
ordering the
enjoy
book.
that, yeah.
I'm not putting up
It's
the
a
same
bloody
market.
So yeah, the Flesh Golem appears at the other side of the room,
Of
back
course
on
he
the
does.
same level.
Of course he does.
He went where Slush has appeared at the other side of the
Quick
room.
checking with the,
Clambering out.
the hammery stuff.
Yes.
Is it just able to do all of those things all of the time, or is there a charge?
You can use an action to do that.
So I could have it pull me off.
No.
You can, but I think you'd want me to cast Layman's Tiny Hut first, because we don't want to, witness that. I mean, we give you some privacy. It's cool, man, but
It's been a long trip.
yeah.
Remy's seen worse.
This
yeah.
is one of the.
Would it work to make a bridge across from here to the Flesh Golem if I cast
Waterstone.
a
No.
level 2 chromatic orb in ice?
But,
Cast it across
you
from
wouldn't be
here
able
to-
to freeze
Armada
water
is
this size.
very
they're all
similar
that
to.
size.
Not even just a simple
Sorry, I missed that.
straight
It's
line.
This would be like trying to freeze a
is
swimming pool
Armada,
with a couple of ice
and it's
cubes.
basically a bit
Right.
like the Last Starfighter.
Does that make sense?
Good idea, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've got full elf.
I like the idea,
the
but physically
concept
that
is
wouldn't
that
work.
aliens are
They
attacking
try to
Earth.
set a
And
swimming
all
ball
the
on
video
fire
games
with
we've
nothing
been
but a
playing
zipper.
over the last like 50 years.
Oh, right, well,
have been
as I've
teaching
tried
us
to,
how to fight
as
the
I've swum
aliens
across to the
using
Golem.
drones.
Gradually, the
Gradually
big
swim better.
Yep, that's all I can do.
It's a
I need-
really
I don't have a
good
potion
thought
of
process.
flight anymore.
I'm going to get that as well.
That's a
Oh,
good one.
oh
Yeah, I
god.
enjoyed that. You will find
Whether,
floor
skills.
in
In fact, I think his books are my
Alphabetic.
favourite books.
here.
I mean, there's another set, but I haven't actually read the actual book.
I don't know, but
they're on a
I've got an 8.
There's another series called
An 8.
An
The
8 in
Bomberverse.
athletics.
That doesn't
and it's
sound good.
about a AI system that
You
goes
get
out into
halfway
space
across.
and just keeps reproducing itself.
Okay,
Nice.
Because the human
Could I-
human race is coming to the end.
Oh.
Or whatever. But it starts off the
Trying to
guy
think
that
here.
ends up being the AI. It's just some guy that sold
What have I
off
got,
a
what
piece
have I
of
got, what have I
software and
got,
made
what have I got?
millions, and was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get myself frozen, cryogenically frozen, because that's a rich guy thing to do." And then gets hit by a bus.
Would it have
He
worked
dies.
if I had used,
So,
if I cast
he gets woken up.
the
and it's like
Rune of the Almond
thousands
Gods,
of years
the
in
haste
future,
before I move?
And basically,
No.
the
No.
uber religious government that's now in control of
You want to
America
save that for
have
combat.
decided that
Yeah, I was just trying to think of what's going to get me out of
do,
here.
don't have souls.
Safe
I
word.
would,
So
as you're swimming
their
and
body-
struggling,
you know, they don't
Yeah.
run anything,
Struggling quite
their
bad.
bodies have been
I need
used
you
for
to roll
science.
me
Yep.
a
And they're using
wisdom
their,
save.
their brains to
Wisdom.
sort of
Oh,
make
oh,
AI,
that's fine. I get a plus 8 to
In
that.
fact, roll it twice.
because the AI system.
Well, I'll roll it
working.
once first.
And basically, these
tell you what I
these
get.
AI units are fired off into space.
12.
To sort of
12 for the first one.
Find
And another one.
viable
Yep.
planets, terraform them, and then come back and
26.
bring the human race up. Because the Earth has
As
a
you're
limited amount of
struggling
time.
through the water,
And throughout, I think
There's
it's about 4 or 5
weeds
months,
at the
it's
bottom
so
of the
good.
pool. There's water here a long
they,
time.
They
It's not
copy
fresh.
themselves
Stuff
and they
starts
take
growing
on
at the
different
bottom.
names, but because he's a nerd,
And you
it's like
swear
there's
you
Riker
see a bit
and
of
there's Will
seaweed
and
move in a
there's,
weird way.
There's Bender
Yeah.
and
And
Yawning
for a moment,
and stuff like that. So there's a different
aroused
all
your
references,
curiosity.
yeah.
and
But then
they're
you get
all
that-
him, but slightly different variations of him.
Oh yeah, I've got to breathe.
Yeah.
So they,
Yeah.
but it's
You know, you're sort of doing
so
this
they
underwater.
fight other AI,
And eventually
get
you've got to
involved
go
in
up to
some other
surface and
AIs. There's
the-
another
the
race out there that
curiosity-
are similar but bad guys.
Cool.
And then there's other races
Am I-
that are very
am I
early
here at the
stages
other
and
side?
stuff, and they're
You're halfway
interacting with
across.
that. And then
Is he right?
Guys,
He's not
can I
going
get
to
some
come back
initiative?
to get
Because that would be
Initiative.
an easier way to do this.
They,
What, initiative?
They come
Okay,
back to get the Earthlings, and the Earthlings are being knobheads about who's going to what planet.
11.
You know, the
Ooh.
different factions. don't
Dirty
wanna work
20 for
together,
Azar.
like, now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he's like, for fuck's sake, just, we need to
17
get off
for
the
chess?
planet and stuff like that. So it's
17
really
for
clever.
chess.
I think it's called the Bomberverse or something.
Remy, Altman, can I have initiative, please?
Of course you can. He says, with an unprepared sort of edge.
Oh no, I'm going to get
Cheeky 13.
I got a 15.
Cheeky
15.
It's the highest initiative I've rolled in a very long time. I'm a bit nervous about this fight.
Altman, roll me a d20 and
I
tell me
think
what
you're
you roll.
our starting player, aren't you? You're our all-star player.
19!
Ooh.
19.
Oh, I don't like that face.
No.
And I'm like, why is high bad? We're not playing Call of Cthulhu.
And roll me again.
No. 9. Equally the other end of the spectrum.
Remy, what were you, sorry?
Cheeky 19 in total. Oh, sorry, forgive me. That was the dice roll. Cheeky 13 is what my initiative was.
13 for initiative.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I'm talking
That's
without
right.
thinking.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I do.
I
all
live
the
with
time.
Julie. I'm well aware of
So,
the fun
you
of
skip to
it.
Azar for your first turn. Altman, you will be next to try and swim across, sir.
Wait, what? I was
Azar
getting pulled
started
off by my
swimming
hammer.
across where it gets deep. It gets deep about here.
I made it about halfway.
Azar has started swimming across. Actually, Azar, did you take a look underwater whilst you were curious?
Yes. Yes, let's go with the
Roll me a
quick
perception check.
Is that perception or investigation? Or?
Error, so let's
What
go
does
zero.
my hammer do? Well, there he is.
Is that investigation or perception or perception?
Perception, please.
No. Alright, ooh. 15.
Enough.
That'll do.
You
That'll
spot
do.
that the room has a layout below the surface of the water.
Okay.
There appears to be a path that goes to the left with a single gap that you must jump over here
Okay.
that would lead to the stairs. There's also two
Oh,
areas
wow, that's a mirror.
underneath the water, only accessible underneath the
If
water,
you cast this
Okay.
and two patches of seaweed about
Oh,
here.
you can't cast it again.
I relay that back to the party.
That's not too bad.
Forgive me,
Okay.
sorry.
I was about to just as you say, well, tell me.
Azar.
Azar, yeah.
And you tell me if there's.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huzzah! Sorry, what was I just saying? Speak louder, man.
The map reveals that there is a walkway around to the left, following the opposite wall with a bit of a jump.
Okay.
Around there. There is also 2 areas only accessible by going below the surface of the water.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
It's a shame we don't have a turtle that can breathe underwater for several hours.
It's alright, I'm about to solve that problem.
How deep's the water?
How deep is
20
your
to
love?
25 feet in the middle of the room.
I can use my trunk as a snorkel, that's all, but it's not like that.
That's what she said.
To be fair, though, presumably the vampire had intestines. That would
Yes.
double as an air tube.
Oh god!
I'm good, thanks.
I'm sensitive to smells, I ain't doing that.
Well, it would taste, wouldn't it?
Oh,
It wouldn't smell bad, it smell good either, would it? To be honest.
Underwater.
Also, he's been.
put it this way, I'm not filling it by mouth.
Well, I'm just
Put it in the water, give
I'm
it a
just saying.
rinse. It'll be fine.
I mean,
So Altman, you are next to try and work out this room.
Yeah, I'm just.
No, I relay all that information so everybody knows the layout underneath the water.
there's always a way. There's a way.
When there's a wilderness away,
Exactly.
even if it is a dead vampire's
Intestinal tract. Yeah, I mean, obviously we'd have to purge it. I mean, clearly. I mean, there's enough there, isn't there? Let's face it. If you lay it end to end, doesn't it stretch to the moon and back? Am I wrong there?
Not for a human.
Is the water dark?
Relatively, yeah. It's old, stagnant water.
I will talk to
hammer.
Whelm and say, look, mate, we've just got this big watery dark place. Would you be up for going to, if I throw you down to investigate the room that's under the water? Tell us what's down there. If I check you in.
So you've taken me out of my lovely dry dark coffin, and now you're going to throw me into a lake.
I mean, when you put it like that, it doesn't.
Who do you think you are, Arthur?
Oh, it is dark down there.
Altman, it's not far off.
Listen, the weapons talk. I've heard from Excalibur. He did not have a good time.
Yeah, I will definitely summon you straight back though, and
Oh,
we can keep in communication.
that's what Arthur said. That's exactly what Arthur said.
It wasn't.
I'm
actually-
going very Monty Python. The
If,
more I do
if,
this.
if we're gonna go with that, I think you'll find Arthur didn't toss the sword. He requested that his knight return the sword to the Lady of the Lake, as he was promised by the Lady of the Lake. But I'm not a nerd.
I was under the impression that he did at one point during a crisis of faith return it during his life, but it was gifted back to him.
He returned it because it was part of the promise, and then he was giving it back at a time of
At a time of need.
need,
That makes
and
sense.
then he died during that war and
Asked his knights to
take
return
it
it
back.
back.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Nerd.
Well, Arthur was Welsh, so you know, and existed. He was called the Bear King. Don't know if he was magic.
No, Alan. No.
You know us Welsh people. You know we
Alan-
have dragons and stuff. So you know.
Alan, no. The Bear King was Gary that you met in Birmingham. You know, the big biker in the bar.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Blue Oyster.
Yeah, Blue Oyster Bar, Birmingham, apparently.
That way we've moved on to. Last week was Naked Gun, and now we're on to Police Academy.
I still need to
No.
watch everything.
Police academies
Yeah.
are hilarious.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Smaller side. I say smaller side. Half of this campaign is me talking about things that aren't related to it. But hey, did you see Michael
D&D
Winslow?
ish.
Michael Winslow has not done well. To the point where, to try and get back on stage, he was on America's Got
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Wow.
fine. It's just, there's
because
trays
he's
everywhere.
that
It
little known these days
means you don't lose your dice
that
halfway
he
across the
just
table.
doesn't have a career, and he was trying to get himself. He said he was only going on to get his name back out there because he wants to get back out performing, and no one was booking him. So he was on America's Got Talent. Michael Winslow, you know,
Did he get
easily
through?
the best bit of the Police Academy films. He's still excellent at sound effects.
Yeah.
Still excellent at sound effects.
I was going to say, with all the productions out there,
Have you seen the Jimi Hendrix? Him basically doing Jimi Hendrix's guitar
No,
on a microphone.
Really?
It's,
Oh man.
Google it. It is insane.
so
He basically
good.
gets this guy to do the like standard bits, and he does all the reverb and everything else, and you just like. How are you still able to talk? That must have destroyed his voice box. But no, he's still.
Slight tangent, but Harrogate-centric reference. A guy that mans tables at the Starling in Harrogate is a ex-beatbox champion, world champion.
Oh wow!
Like 10 years
Wow.
ago. He's on YouTube and everything.
Because I've seen some of them on Facebook, and some of the stuff, like the noises they can make with their mouths is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do sit there and sort of go.
But the best I
I
get
can
is a
barely
whinge and a
talk.
dodgy Russian accent.
Let alone sing or make insane noises from them. It's just it's sickening but impressive.
I actually lie. It's not Altman. It's Chert is the next one to traverse the room.
Chert is
I like that. It took so long. He gave up.
gonna step into the room.
Turn your hat
I have
upside
a lot
down
of
and use it
magic.
as well.
He's gonna jump straight into the water and polymorph into an octopus.
Okay.
Ooh, choice.
Let me find an octopus.
Yes, please. Not a giant octopus, just a normal sized octopus.
I can resize it. It's fine.
Cool. And he's gonna swim off to in the direction of this first area here.
Okay.
Take us off with him.
I'm just a little octopus. I'm just
You've got tentacles.
Yeah,
I mean, I could like go swim.
He
this
can
way.
annoy you and make it difficult for you to swim, but I doubt he'd be able to drag you with it.
Yeah, I've got to say it's a small octopus because then I can be.
Why are you showing me phoenixes?
I can be
You
stealthy.
can always sit on your face while you're drowned at the depth. I mean, make you happy at least. Good way to go.
I'm just electrify the water.
I
and
mean,
kill
he
everyone.
found sick
Yeah.
If I'm
because
going
they don't
down,
really
I'll
have a
take
bomb.
everyone with
But
me.
does that require verbal component? Or is it all somatic?
I've got a thing that I don't have to use the verbal components.
Smart move.
Ah! Sorry, I've just found the perfect octopus for Chert.
Excellent. Is it
Is
like
it Nomi?
badass looking? If you make me a pink octopus with like purple stripes on it, I actually kind of like it in a weird way.
What's
But
wrong with the colour? I was gonna say, what's wrong with the colour
Yeah.
pink?
As I was describing that, I was trying to think of something. I was like, actually, no, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to turn you into an octopus version of the crab from Moana.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so sparkly.
Shiny.
So
I'm so
shiny.
shiny.
Oh,
Just like,
yes.
I am definitely a film nerd. I'm getting upset with myself. Oh, there we go. That
So
looks promising.
shiny.
Yeah, no, it's not yet.
Oh. I
Purple,
mean, the stuff's
purple and
up
yellow
there. You're
would
not
be.
connected by cables. That's something.
File. No, not that one. Downloads.
Oh, you screen sharing, mate.
Plus.
If I can,
Trying to.
hopefully tomorrow I will have this finished and we'll have 2 screens up there and then 2 screens in the little dungeon. And
Oh, there's more, is there? I didn't realise there was.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there's more to go on. And but are you feeling that the space is a bit better now, Matt? You feel a bit less.
Yeah.
It's not. I must admit, it's nice not having 4 TVs.
You've got 3.
3, yeah, exactly. It's
3 at the moment. But that one will go up there, and then these 2 are going to go over down at the bottom there.
Oh, and that's what you're going to use to share the stream, are you? Or you're going to just
Yeah, so like when we're streaming, we can have the stream up there so we can notice if anyone says anything. rather than
So,
just find out
Octopus,
find out an
wasn't
hour in with the mic
Yes,
stuff.
please. Oh, I like it.
And also, it means if someone comes in with an Xbox, they can play their games.
It's just cute.
I used to do that when I.
Why am I looking there?
I don't know. I used to do that when I was
Churtopus.
moving around.
Churtopus.
Chirtopus.
Excellent.
So what's your movement as an octopi?
Oh, that's a good point. I should have
Oh.
thought of that.
Hit points 3.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
get hit.
no, I'm very much a scout, so I have dark vision and camouflage.
But when they expire, don't you transverse back into?
I turn back into yes, the
And you said
mighty
you wanted
rock
to
man.
go and look underwater.
Yes, please.
Swim 30 feet.
Swim
You would
30
have-
feet.
10,
What?
20, 15 even,
So I'll be
20, 25, 30. We'll go there.
Excellent. So I'll be over there.
Not received.
Next is Altman.
I am. That's why I'm going to the gym so I can see it.
There's a path.
There is a path. I am going to try my best to. Are these
Chirp
5'10"?
to poo.
Pardon?
Chirp to
I'm going to
poo.
go as far as I can, which I think is 40.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What is it for you?
600. No,
No, it's
it's worth a try. It is. My movement is 30, so I'll dash and do 60.
Okay. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You get to the break in the path.
See, I always hate these paths because they have like little blobs like that, and I'm like, what's that? And then
Remy,
you get there and it's nothing.
Remy's not afraid of a little water, but you know he will slash in the air to increase his base movement by 10 feet,
Okay.
which in theory gives him a land movement of 40 foot. I believe swimming is half your land move. Is that right?
I'm willing to let it be a little bit more depending on what you
Well, I was
roll.
intending to just use a double move, to be honest with you.
If what I asked Azarth to do, and I'll tell you because you know a bit more about the system. If I was asking Azarth to roll either an athletics check,
Okay.
if you pass the athletics check, you can move your land move as a swim move.
Okay.
If you fail, you're on half move.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
you just had it
passing the
there.
athletics check means you know how to swim and have a technique that allows you to move quite well.
Okay. Well, I'm proficient in. I have a P
There you go.
against.
Go for it then.
No, I have a H against athletics. Oh, it's a strength-based one. Oh, it's not a good one.
I'll have to
Good
turn
roll,
that
though.
volume down.
So, Remy, the voice for Solar, rolls a 19,
Oh, nice.
adds 0. Somehow performs remarkably well on a skill that he.
So that gives you what, 40 feet in total?
Yeah. Why is it small? If I pass that skill check.
Because the
Did.
chat's on the left.
Cool.
And you're all the way over there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Swims like a dolphin, stings like a bee. Right, I'm going to visit the bucket.
The little bee room.
Yeah.
Garion, you'll be next.
Anyone like it?
Already, sorry, I
No,
was
no,
paying a
it's
huge
fine.
amount of attention because I've been doing something like that for him.
Can I grab a Pepsi Max?
Basically, there's a wet
Dark
room. You
blues
can either
is
swim
what it
across
is.
or try the
Thank
path.
you.
No problem.
Uh,
You're okay.
I'm okay.
Let's try the path. What's everyone else done?
Ivan's
gone the
tried
path.
If I see.
I've gone 60 feet in the path.
Almost
I
tried
am
the path.
at the bridge. I am fine. So
Azarth and Remy are swimming. Turned
an
into,
octopi.
well,
The
the different kind of anime that I wasn't expecting the stream to be. But
Not where I thought that was going.
Yeah, I'll go pathways as well then.
Anime
Okay.
tentacles? That's animation. Oh no, hang on.
That's hentai.
Where am I?
Slightly
Oh, there.
different.
I don't know what that means, he said,
Got ya.
backpedaling furiously.
cool. The Rex just
What do you mean by
gonna, fleshy
how you
Tom,
he's
you
on
just
the
to
other
get
side
that.
waiting by the stairs. Sorry, we called him Flesh. Oh,
Adam.
Savior
Called him
of the
Adam.
universe.
We have now.
Protector of the galaxy.
We've renamed him Adam. I once worked in a gay bar called Religion that had a homoerotic Catholic art, or Christian art, and it was Adam and Steve. My mum was delighted.
What a birthday present that was.
right, guys. Before we do another round, we shall take a quick break. Cigarettes, bathrooms, etc.
Cool.
Be absolutely right back for our viewers.
Bolton to Craig.
Good evening. We are now talking about James Bond films.
Yes. So yeah, keep off the spoilers.
Well, we are in what feels like a Shark Tank.
You a little bit, yeah.
Frickin' lazy.
Did you see the article
Go on.
that linked Sean Connery's James Bond films to The Rock as a conclusion of
Yes.
James? Yes.
Yeah, Sean Connery in The Rock is Bond.
You mean the Alcatraz, Nick Cage,
yeah,
Sean
yeah,
Connery?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
it apparently, and I need to look at this in detail because otherwise I'm just taking what the article says as read. But apparently, in regards to canon, it ties through perfectly, except for the last Sean Connery film, which isn't a problem because that was
Non-canon. It wasn't based off a book, and it wasn't made by the same
So
studio.
therefore, irrespective, it
Yeah.
ties through. And I need to now watch.
I like the idea.
those films and
Watching
understand
it's
it.
like Event Horizon. When I
Yes.
was, when
I know you go with this. I
when I
completely
watched
agree.
Event Horizon, I was like, this is okay. Really creative stuff at the end with special effects for all the horrible flashes that they're doing. And apparently, in the original version of the film that didn't get released, there's an extended torture scene where each crewman's getting crewman and crewwoman's getting tortured. That Sam Neill experiences, and that's what drives him crazy. And that couldn't be done because they went overboard on the effects. They looked too realistic, and test audiences were walking out because it was gory and horrible. So it's reduced to these flashes. But it was fine. As a film, it was fine. There's some hammy acting, but it's a typical horror film. And then someone said, watch it as a Warhammer 40k fan, treating it as the first time. Because in Warhammer 40k, they have to go through a hell dimension when they do light speed travel, because the hell dimension connects all points in the real world. Is like 1 week in the hell dimension can get you to the other side of the galaxy.
Sure.
So what they do is they go through the hell dimension, but they just bless their ships so they can't be taken over by demons.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, if this is like the first time they reach the hell dimension, this could be like a Warhammer 40k prequel film.
Okay.
Yeah.
And watching it with a different take on how it was all done completely changed how I viewed the film, and I enjoyed it much more that time around.
I need to rewatch it.
It's I really like it.
Yeah,
I've got real
it's
soft spot.
worthy. It's a good film. I think if they remade it, they would overdo some stuff and it would ruin it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 45 minutes.
Speaking of sci-fi and torture, has anyone seen the latest season of Another Life?
No.
No.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
Is it worth watching?
I very much enjoyed it.
Okay. Good. I'm looking for something to watch at the
But
moment.
then, I'll be honest with you, doesn't everyone love Starbuck?
Right, now I know what to do.
Yeah, okay.
I do desperately need a second season of Raised by Wolves because that.
Was that good?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that to be much, and it absolutely blew my mind. It's
The one that caught me out recently was Prodigal Son. With
that
Michael,
was
Michael
brilliant.
Sheen.
Great cast, but I've struggled. I've got like 6 episodes in, and I've tailed off
See,
it.
I'm only 2 or 3 in, so I might
Okay.
hit that wall. If I hit that wall, I'll let you know next
I watched
week.
it all.
But it's got
I
Michael Sheen.
really enjoyed it.
That's just.
Sweet.
I don't get time to watch it anymore.
I've got nothing
struggle
but
You
to
two
watch-
that are swimming, you 3 that are swimming
To an,
technically,
extent,
you're an
to an
octopus.
extent, I've been waiting for the last season was Supernatural, and Sid has now watched every episode.
I have it on DVD.
No, I'm 5.
If you want to borrow it.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I'm 5 away.
I
He's
have
5
it on
away
DVD.
from finishing it, but he's watched the entire 15 seasons while I've been not getting round to it.
Is Supernatural the Two Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife loves that show. She
Absolutely
watches,
fucking adore it.
I don't really like it at all.
Oh man alive!
That's see, I know them now. That's Angel Warding and
Yeah.
the anti-possession captain.
Well, no, that's a Nordic.
It looks very
octopus.
similar,
It's
though.
very
No,
similar.
I mean the runes around the side.
So-
It's
so-
Nokian,
so
isn't it?
this
All the
matches-
stuff on
This,
your arm.
this is all Nordic.
Is it?
The top one is a Nokian.
Of course,
and
that's the anti-Semitic
I checked it out before I actually got it tattooed. It actually does. It is it stops you from being possessed by the demons.
Nice.
Well, to be fair, is important. You've got
Well,
to
that's
put
one
that
that I
base.
get tattooed there.
Yeah.
I mean, so my big
Because I
thing
want
with
that, and I want
tattoos, my big thing with
Michael
tattoos
Caine.
is
Yes,
that I
well,
really
that's
feel that they all
second.
should mean something.
Yeah, that's the thing with my
That's the thing.
everything that is on me, other than like stuff like that.
I-
But that means something.
It means something to you, and that's enough.
Does the 14 hit you?
Where's
So this
No,
this
the
arm
17.
and my other tattoos
No,
were
if
all
I
done
use
by
shield.
my friend that killed
Do
himself.
you use shield?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Adds a
then
plus
the
5
guy-
to any
Well,
Well,
that makes me
that's
seaweed.
that's
Yeah.
real strong
Yeah.
link to that
Comes
memory.
alive, revealing
But
itself
when I went
to
to
be
get,
kelp.
they did a memorial tattoo. It was
Celtic.
just
They're
it
like
was this,
evil
but as a lie.
merfolk that
Yeah,
look like
exactly.
they're
When I went
made
to
out of
get
seaweed.
that
Okay.
tattoo artist that was there, I was like, oh,
Which
you're
is why they can
smiling.
disguise themselves as a
Chris
sort of
really enjoyed
Yeah.
doing
I
your
knew I should have picked giant.
And they've
Golem
just
tattoos. He really enjoyed it.
exploded into you.
Do you mind if I do
Alright,
something
but
different
none
for
of
you
them
so
hit
that
me.
it fits in with
It's now your
what
turn.
you've got and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, sure, fine. Do
Oh,
you want some more
shit,
money
so
for it? And he was like, no,
spells.
it's fine. And basically,
Actually, I want to
we
see how
did
this.
that,
Well,
which
let's
fit
find
into
out
a
what
really
level I
weird
can cast a
gap.
spell.
Yeah, yeah. Which
No,
is
that's
there.
not high enough
Which
for
is
that.
Tend to place
Well,
there.
yes,
Is
Oh,
that?
I mean,
But it's always visible, isn't it?
I'm
because he
going
did
to
that,
cast
I
my
then let him
Shadow
do
Blade
this arm,
Okay.
as a level
to
3
balance myself out.
illusion.
But
Okay.
this arm we snuck in
And
lots
it
of
says it
little
deals
geeky
2d8
stuff. So there's
psychic
like
damage on a
there's
hit.
Star Trek emblem there.
And it
Please
has
roll
the
the
and it has the finesse right in firm properties.
Batman.
Range
and then
20/60 in addition.
a couple other bits and pieces. So
When
this
you
arm's
use the
like
sword to attack a target
more
that
meat.
is in
That
dim
one-
light or
that one there
darkness,
was my first
you
ever
make the
tattoo.
attack roll with
And
advantage.
that's
So
from a
is it
sketch
in
my
dim light or
grandfather
being
took
underwater?
did
Yeah.
while he was in the army serving in Africa. And it's
The
a
cool thing is, I
guardian
didn't realise
symbol.
if
My
you drop the weapon or
grandfather
throw it,
passed away
it
6
dissipates
months after
into
I
your
was
turn.
born.
Thereafter,
Right,
while
yeah,
the spell
with cancer.
persists,
And
you can use
everyone always
a
says
bonus
I'm
action
in the
to
family,
cause
I'm
the sword
most
to
like
reappear
him.
into my hand.
And my mum's always said that I
Which I think is
like
pretty
angel
cool.
on my shoulder.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Which-
yes, I will roll to
That's a
hit.
beautiful continuation.
Yeah, so it was
I love
it
that.
was something I just saw. And
So
I
you
always
can
liked the
essentially
pattern.
recast it
And,
without having to cast
and
it.
then
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah,
Fair enough,
it's
so
there's
Batman.
no
attack roll
I'm
with
like, yeah, it's
advantage.
Batman.
There's
Yeah,
no
it's just a
button.
shit back.
That's just going to be my damage
Using
roll.
your spell
So
caster
easy sometimes to see relatives
Yep.
in.
So would that be my
Have you
spell?
Other people
spell
when
itself?
they
Yeah.
got, especially
The
when
spell
they got,
itself doesn't
Without
have.
a doubt.
Usually they have the
I
little
often feel
numbers
that
with the
I
plus
am
to
a,
roll.
If there's
So if
something,
I get to level 3,
Yeah, I've got your character here.
if I
yeah,
don't
if I
know something
cast level
myself,
3
I don't
there,
recognise it in my
Shadow,
dad,
there's
I
no
guess.
button that you usually click
Plus
to roll
attack.
for an attack.
You know, that's-
If it's a plus 8, I'll just click my
Yeah,
spellcasting
right.
modifier.
My first cousin
Yeah, it's spellcasting modifier, which is normally
is
roll.
Oh, that doesn't roll. I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add 8.
granddad, which is a similar
Ah,
thing,
okay,
but
so
you know,
yeah.
a few months later, but
yeah, well,
Oh,
my,
so I just roll a
That
d20 and add
name
8 to
came
roll.
through,
yeah,
and though they don't know that person,
Refresh
they,
it.
they met them when they were a baby. You know, they,
there's something.
Alright, now go down to level
But
3.
the one
See
thing
if
about my
it's,
grandfather, my favourite story about him anyway, is
No?
No,
he
I'll
was
just roll
in
a
the army
d20 and add 8.
and he was leaving
Okay.
and he was going to go play for Leeds United. Now it was a big thing, but not as big as it is now. But it was still kind of
12.
a big thing.
Yeah.
But he
12 to hit.
the
Yeah.
team he was playing in hockey that
Does
before
that
he
hit a
left,
kelpie?
found out about it and basically gave him a bad hit.
yeah,
He ended up breaking his
features
back,
and short. No.
and he was told he was
Actions.
probably never going to walk again.
yeah.
Bonus
Within
actions.
6 months, he was back up and walking and everything.
Shadow Blade
within
can
a
be
few
used as a
years,
bonus
he was
action.
training athletes.
I've already used it as my main action there, so I probably won't be able to use it as my
Cast
best.
it
It's like
as a bonus
job.
action.
He actually
Ah.
trained
With it as your
2
main
people that went
Well, I've done all
on
that,
to be
so-
Olympic gold medalists.
I'm done.
Really?
For America.
Okay.
No,
It's like-
before I
so
do,
like, we have a
I
sort of
sh-
saying
I
in our
shout to
family
the rest
that's
of the
like,
party.
sorry, what's wrong with
This
you?
ain't no normal
Yeah.
seaweed,
Yeah.
these are
It's like,
kelpies.
what? I'm like,
So
shit,
the
I
rest
can't
of the
really
party
give
know
up
that
on
they're
stuff.
kelpies.
And you've got someone like that that just went, fuck off.
Sorry, we gauged out. For a
Yeah.
Sorry.
Really?
The seaweed at the bottom of this lake ain't seaweed, it's kelpies. You can hit them.
It's what?
Kelpies.
Is that herpes, underwater herpes?
Merfolk that disguise themselves as seaweed. But they're called kelpies.
Thank you again.
Oh, that's the name. Sorry, it does sound like underwater herpes.
They
Okay.
are kelpies. They are not, however, anything like the actual myths of kelpies. Chert, it's your turn. Sorry, Chert.
Okay, I'm just going to summarise for the group my offensive capabilities as a normal sized octopus. My attack is a +4 to hit with a reach of 5 foot. I'm going to attack one target. If I hit, I will do 1d1 of bludgeoning damage.
1d1, so that
Have
is
you,
one
are
damage.
you
That's
regretting
one
your
damage.
choice of having a normal size octopus?
I have regretted my. So, Chirp presumably can see what's happened to Azarth, and Azarth is in peril.
Actually, I'm alright. They missed me.
Are you okay? You're not grappled and drowning in any of
No,
that? So I can
they
basically
missed.
leave you to it?
Yeah, go
Right,
for
okay,
it.
fine.
Is this at the surface, so it's visible to all?
It's
Or is it
underwater, but
underwater?
I shouted to you all what was under there so you know
Okay.
what's there.
Okay.
Okay, so I can basically leave you to it and you've got this.
I hope so.
Right, okay, in that case then Chert is going to ignore Azarth having fun and is going to carry on into this first chamber here and holding his breath in an octopusy way, jump out onto the ledge and have a little look
Onto the
around.
ledge.
Yeah.
I mean, you
So
could
let's-
just not hold your breath, suffocate to death, and turn back to church.
Yeah.
I know, but then he might have to hop back
Wait,
in.
which leg? The bottom or the top?
Sorry,
Although,
in
as
this,
someone that's nearly drowned a couple of times, it's
oh,
not a
in
fun
there.
way.
to the south,
Like,
yeah.
In real life, or
Yeah.
Oh, is that all one area?
yeah,
I thought it was two
movie on
areas.
that one.
It's two areas.
No.
Oh, right, I was going to get
Like,
to the first
other
one
than
that was
being burnt
open.
Open. There.
Probably one
So
of the
we're
worst
gonna
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've
I'd
never really
have a
considered
look
that.
around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just work out what the map's doing here. This is. So what you're on is a sort of, rather than the ledge around the other side, which is quite sturdy, standing on, this is quite a thin, almost like shingles on a roof layer of something.
Cool.
There's stuff underneath you, there's a room underneath you under the water.
Okay.
You're sitting on the roof of it.
Alright, I will go and have a look at the underwater room.
Okay.
If I've got any movement left.
This bottom one that you are in now looks to be some sort of nest or layer. And you can see around you is a smattering in the floor of gems catching the light. Whatever you're assuming the two things that are attacking him that live here, they've collected quite a large amount of gems and sort of scattered them around the room.
Okie dokie. Probably too many for me to carry and stuff.
Well, you have 8 arms.
I shall grab. I'll
But
grab.
he needs them to swim. Just
Yeah, I'll grab a couple of gems. 2 gems.
Okay.
2 shiny ones.
If you tell me, I'll go back.
How big are they? You could grab them one per sucker.
To be honest, all you need to do is keep keep swallowing them,
Yeah.
and then you'll eventually pass the things, right?
Yeah.
That'll just be painful when you
I've-
back to a no.
Oh, it depends, obviously.
I mean, technically he's not
Where's
octopus. You
an
just pick him up and
octopus's
go,
butt?
because he's got no bones. So he can
It's
just
like
whop.
a,
They find their way
its
out.
beak is there, and
That's
its
right. I
aims.
just suddenly
It
thought
poops
I've
next to
never
its mouth.
thought of this before. Oh, where's it poop?
Yeah, so it's like
Because
its
it's
digestive tract.
Yeah, okay.
And
It's
inside
like
that
a
big
U-shape.
bit is actually
Yeah.
So it
isn't
literally
its
sits
head.
where it eats.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, and inside that big bit on the top isn't
I feel the
actually its
octopus
head.
is a bad choice.
It's its
The
stomach.
more you know.
Yeah.
Leaves a bad taste, isn't it? So
Never kiss an octopus. You're not sure what you're doing.
Are there eggs in this?
There's other reasons why you shouldn't be
Thinks
kissing
it's
an
sharp as hell
octopus.
as well. Cut myself
Sorry,
off.
cheers.
Are there eggs in the nest?
Why were you kissing
No.
an octopus?
Kissing, I
Just
was
desperate.
filleting it. I was filleting it for.
Yeah, Churchill pick up a couple of gems. I guess am I out of movement in action and stuff like that?
You've got about 5 seconds.
I won't stop myself.
I will start making my way towards this next
You're
chamber.
fingering an octopus,
Okay.
and that was your thumb.
Altman,
Sorry.
it's your turn.
Play.
Oh yeah.
Stop talking about thumbing an octopus.
Hey, coming it in.
Oh, not that again.
Yeah. Question:
Yes. Answer.
This herpes that's at the bottom.
Kelpies.
How low down is it from where we are?
They're not. They are monsters,
Yeah,
and they are
monsters.
currently at the surface attacking us up.
All right, cool, fine.
They look
So-
like humans made out of seaweed.
Cool. So, can I get across this little bit here to over there?
Yes, it will be a jump check, either athletics or acrobatics.
Cool. No, let's see. Should be easier. Athletics. Oh, yeah, fairly good. Okay. 13?
That's enough.
Yeah.
You look like you're about to slip back into the water, but you make it. That counts as 10 feet of your movement.
10 feet. So I'll move another 20, so I'm a little further round, but maintaining the ability to attack this fellow here.
This one here.
Yep.
Okay, go for it. What are you attacking him with?
I'm going
You're going to
to.
bonk him on the head at distance.
No, I'm going to leave. No, because he doesn't like the light. So I've got an idea that I want to sort out for this hammer. No, I'm just going to standard Eldritch Blast to begin with, which is a double-barreled thing now.
What happens when you go up to 3 blasts? You have to take your pants down.
And like, boom! There are legs. I could use a leg.
What if you go to 5? You're like level 20.
It'd be like a headbutt.
Starfish of death.
Oh. And again, so I hit. I got a dirty 20 and an 18.
They both hit.
Okay, and then we do the damage. So you've got 7 damage plus. Oh, that's terrible. 4 damage. So
11 in total.
11 in total.
Sure thing.
However, he is now pushed. How many feet?
10 feet?
I think is it 20 feet?
I think it's 10 feet for.
Yeah, it doesn't because it's an add-on thing.
I think you'd only really go back 10 feet before he hits the.
Yeah, so basically I fire him into the side of the wall.
Okay. After you is Remy.
Does he take any additional damage for bouncing into the wall?
Remy, you are in the water. There are things attacking your new companion that are also in the water.
I understand that. Remy will do the best thing he can to help.
Swim away.
He will get to the other side to make sure he is safe, and then inspire them with some devilishly fantastic performance of some description.
Don't rock the boat, baby, rock the boat,
Yeah.
tip the boat over.
I was thinking pretty sure troubled water, but yeah,
Now I'm gonna
maybe Yellow
roll,
Submarine would help.
Anything by the water, boys.
Yeah.
It sure is fucking deep.
Maybe
Where
I would.
monsters attacked us. They touched my feet.
What's the song with the line?
I don't. That's my biggest. I was fine with the ocean until someone said I'm always freaking out about something grabbing my foot, and then that was it. I really hate being in
That's it
far
for me
out
as
in the
well.
ocean. I'm like, but
That's it for me as well.
I
Like, I don't mind if I'm on a boat. Fine on a boat.
I used to swim like in stuff that had fish and seaweed and all sorts and stuff like that, and just someone put this phobia into me as an adult, and I hate them.
Did that right?
Oh,
So whenever
I just
I go-
realised who it was. I don't hate them. They're the mother of my child.
Before I
It's like, I don't think she listens, but
before I say the next bit, sea are awful for the way they treat some of their animals, but they have a park in Florida called Discovery Cove, which is apparently more natural compared to their normal seas. For example, it has a functioning coral reef that was brought in bit by bit from the shore and left to grow for years before the park opened.
Okay.
It pretends to be more natural, even if it isn't. They have this coral reef. You can scuba dive it and snorkel it and that for as long as you want during the day within the park. It's got all sorts. It's got stingrays that have been debarbed. It's got other rays, smaller rays.
oh, so they're allowed back in the pub.
Yeah. It's got loads of different fish in that. And I was snorkeling off, and there's a bit where it drops off. It doesn't go too deep down, you're never in too much danger. And I went through the drop off, and I'm swimming, and I look up, and there's a shark. And not a big great white, but it's a big shark. It's not a little lemon shark, which are all over the coral reef, or something like, or dogfish, or something like that. It's longer than me, and it is about 20 feet away on the other side of this bit of coral.
You do
And
quick math. I'm not getting out of this.
And I do
And all
the,
that is a nurse shark.
and I do the blah 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 blah, blah up to the surface. In my rush to get up, I collide into the glass because it's actually a separated tank
Oh wow.
with sharks and barracudas in it. But underwater, you can't see the glass. It just looks like there's sharks and barracudas swimming around off the edge of the reef.
The sharks on the other side go, dick. Fucking humans.
Oh,
Think
but-
they're so clever with their legs.
But my dad didn't believe me. So I took him out and we went under and he went, we got up and I went, I told you.
Yeah, you both still freaking
drowning,
out.
yeah.
It's the most I do snorkeling in Greece. I saw one really nice fish and I just followed it. And then I was getting tired, so I went, fuck, I'm a long way out. Shit. I was just following this fish. I had no idea.
So
where I was
Remy, are
going.
you doing an attack action or were you doing, say, you
Oh
were
no,
called
sorry, I'm
sleep
using my
force
bonus action. So I've used my move action to get to
Yes.
the side, and my bonus action is to use Bardic Inspiration.
on any particular friend?
Well, it's all creatures that are my allies.
Really?
As a
Just
bonus
your-
action. Oh, sorry, it's
Bacon
a
on a plate
creature.
with-
My mistake.
Alright.
Within 60
Stuff the
feet,
protein.
they can hear you, and I believe that's Huzzah.
That's everybody, yes. If you want to give it to Azar,
I think that's fair enough.
Azar, you get a
Give it
D8.
where it's needed. You gain an inspiration die or 1d8 for 10 minutes.
So
I think that's in game time rather than
yes,
real
could
time.
you please roll me a performance check just to see how good your performance is?
Oh, well, it's going to be awesome because that's all Remy can do. Ooh, maybe not so awesome.
Welcome to Church World.
Yeah. Church inspires people by playing the bagpipes badly.
Well, to be fair,
They become very inspired to get far away from the
Yeah, it's
bagpipes.
like, we need to get out of here, 'cause maybe we'll stop playing those.
his loot strings were clearly wet and damp from the swim across, and so was his performance. But despite rolling a 7, it's a solid 15.
15? 15's fine. 15's passable. 15 is an opening act on an off
it's
night.
10.
It's a warm up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a warm-up act.
Yeah.
It's fine. You know, it's not Duran Duran, but it's not bad.
It's like a Rick roll. You don't see
I
it coming,
told you that
but they're always
last
good.
week, didn't I, guys?
Does that
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Is that my attack roll or my damage roll?
Your attack roll, or a save,
Yeah, that's right.
or an
It's-
ability check.
Yeah, it's phenomenally versatile. So it's one
Really
ability
good.
check, attack roll, or saving throw that can be added after seeing your roll,
So you
but
roll the
before
dice,
knowing the
but
outcome.
before I tell you if it's a hit
Yeah.
or a success or whatever,
I
you
had
can
that.
choose to add a d8 to it.
So-
But you can only do it once.
So
If you know it's
a
pretty
virtual.
shit, but you're likely to get it.
But if it's like, oh, we
It's
know
an
a
option.
17 hits this creature, but I rolled a 15. I rolled a 15 last time.
Yeah.
It didn't hit. I need like a d8. I'll add 1 or 2 to it, sort of thing.
Alright.
But you only get it for 10 minutes of in-game time, so it's a case of use
And
it or lose it. You know,
that's a bonus action.
That's my
Now,
bonus
what are you
action.
doing with your normal action?
Well, we're obviously trying to drive
Ramboing?
close.
Crossbow?
No, I'm not trying to drive close.
Okay.
Well, I presumed I'd do that before.
Sit down
I
on the ledge.
Yeah. Yeah. No. He's very self-centered.
Okay.
Anyways.
Try and draw your clothes. Garion,
I've not got that. From
I would like to move to here.
you are already there. Oh, you're there. Okay.
Bonk him on the head.
Yeah, basically.
Twice.
Twice.
No. Reach.
Thrice. Oh no, I've got that.
I'm going to reach down and just under a low-powered inflict wounds.
Okay.
Are these people that can breathe out of water?
Pardon?
Can they breathe out of water? Because couldn't you just pick
Yes.
them up? Oh.
You're thinking about drowning them in air.
Dirty
That's
20.
okay.
That hits.
I remember once when a friend of mine polymorphed an adversary into a goldfish.
Oof.
Who subsequently drowned out of water. Unfortunately, and everyone wasn't aware of this, it turned back
39
into
damage.
Yeah.
So it was really of no help whatsoever.
That was probably
Highly
far too wasted for.
Most of what
one of
happens here
these.
is it's like it takes us forever to do anything, but it's entertaining.
You really hurt it.
It's
Really hurt it.
Oh, so we're saying I didn't.
Direct.
39
He's just going to
damage.
shoot the one that's still engaged with Zar. Hey, vicious longbow, you're a vicious longbow. He has hit twice.
we're yet to try polymorph into goldfish, pick up, drop into bag of holding. Which I don't know how that would work, but we'll try and make that bridge when we get to it.
Technically, the creature would die, return to its true form, and then die again.
It's a bit cruel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a damn good way of doing it.
Isn't it a concentration spell? No, it's not.
It is.
It is?
It is, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The
me.
one where my
So it can't be
party,
an indefinite thing.
my Thursday night party, way back before the club got shut, we had our wizard had polymorph, and he kept turning big bad guys into bugs, and then putting them in a jar, and putting the jar like under a brick and leaving it in a room in the corner of the room with the lid on the jar,
Yeah.
and just leaving it. Or he would put the jar in a bag somewhere, take it somewhere else,
Yeah.
and like put the jar on the edge of the cliff, so that when they turned back, they'd fall off the cliff.
That's quite clever.
Yeah, and the problem was he wasn't a particularly good wizard. It was his only trick.
No.
Azar, I need you to roll me a wisdom save, please. And Carrion, I need you to roll me a wisdom save,
What
please.
happened? Well, why did we get the source for the?
Don't worry about it.
23.
Fine.
What happened?
18.
You're both fine. Azar, it's your turn.
Nail him, Huzzah.
Hey, big spender.
Show him that
Go
Water is your
out
natural
on a
environment.
bender.
I'm going to cast a level 2 Mind Spike on one of the Kelpie right in front of me.
Okay. Is that a intelligence save, yeah?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. Kelpie wisdom is not the best.
Tell me what you're on, I'll tell you if you got it.
17.
God damn it!
Oh man.
Oh, you know the result. Oh, is that? I'm wrong though, aren't I? Sorry.
You can add that d8 to it if you want.
Does that
Yes.
work?
No,
it
because
doesn't.
that's a
Now you
save
know the
I
result.
make, not an attack.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a
Yeah,
save I'm
sorry.
making, not a roll he's
I'm,
making.
Does anything
I'm
happen
learning.
on,
Forgive me.
Oh, the target must, on a failed save, half as the target must make a successful on a failed save. Half as much damage on a successful one, so you can still take damage.
Okay.
So that's 3d8 half. You take 5 damage.
5 damage. Is that
5
hard,
psychic
yeah?
damage. Yep, I rolled a 10
Love
on a level 2 spell, which I've ticked.
Church, you'll be next.
Okay, so
Come on, Church.
Azar's still got this, so
Shall we
Church's
check the
gonna-
door out?
Yeah, let's go check the door out, please.
Okay, the door opens.
Cool. I shall.
It's clearly a former room. It's empty, save for a few bits of debris swirling about in the bottom corners.
If you see a bath with the tap still running, just
Yeah.
Pull the plug if there's a bath in there. Just pull the
So
plug.
can I pop out onto the ledge again in that room and see if there's anything out of the water?
No, nothing visible.
Nothing visible and nothing. There was a door. There must be more to this story than that. Can I look at some of this debris that's swirling around?
Yeah, I mean it's bits of wood, seaweed, some gunk.
Not as exciting as the other room.
No, the other room had gems.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Chirp will swim back out and start making his way towards the ledge on the other side.
Okay. Altman,
Yes.
your turn, sir.
I will rinse and repeat on the same fellow. It says. That was only a 10, I don't think that one hits.
Okay.
The other one is a 26.
Hits.
So that will do 8 damage and repel him 10 feet into the side of the wall.
The one that's already on the wall, or the one that's currently next to his arm?
The one that's in the wall, on the wall.
Okay. 8 damage.
Slamming him back 10 feet into the wall.
8 damage, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remy!
Okay. Well, doesn't take a bad performer to know when a crowd's got hostile. So let's put the old loot behind the slam it to the back and pull out Lola.
You know what you should have?
The loot.
The loot, and then you turn it over and the crossbow's on the other side.
Well, I thought about
Small hole in
using
the
I
top.
thought about using the strings, but he's
Yeah,
not.
but you'd have to reach
But he's
it
not a
every
bowman.
time.
He's got his crossbows. Yeah.
So yeah, you just play the loot, and then when that doesn't work, you're like,
I'm sure in was it Scoundrels and something out of the 3, but there was a loot that was a
there's a loot that's a weapon, yeah.
not just as a ranged weapon. But anyway, I've digressed. So I'm going to pull out Lola, which is the heavy crossbow.
We'll sort it all out tomorrow anyway.
The one nearest you still attacking Azar, or the one currently over in the wall?
Yeah. I'm not going anything too ambitious. I'm going for the one closest.
The easy target.
Yeah.
Roll the
absolutely.
hit. You alright, Smiler?
Where am I? I will learn this game soon. Plus 8 to a 3, so 11.
I'm afraid 11
It's a bit ditzy. But I do get an. Oh no, I don't, because I've not used a light weapon first.
No.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Could be wrong there.
Is this your College of Blades?
Is it not crossbow expert?
Do you have 2 attacks?
I should know
Yeah,
this.
we'll look
I've
at
read
the
this
profile
last week,
there.
so I should know this. Why do I know this? Forgive me, let's call it quits there. I'll learn it for next.
It's alright, I'll have a look.
I read it last week, so I should know this.
I took sharpshooter, not crossbow expert, didn't you?
No, I've got crossbow expert. My human variant, gave me sharpshooter, I think.
Ah, sweet, yeah. You ignore the loading property of crossbows which you are proficient, being within 5 feet of disadvantage.
You got to.
Yeah, you can shoot
Whenever
twice.
whenever you use an attack action on your turn. Yeah, forgive me.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
shoot twice because you
Have
ignore the
swords.
thing on crossbows that says
Yeah.
you normally can't shoot twice of them.
Yeah.
So go again.
Perfect. So let's give this a better go now. Come on.
Again, we've got a proper.
15. So that's 23.
Nice.
Mighty 23. First one's just a guiding shot.
Yeah. It was a. Oh, slightly crooked.
Yeah. There you go.
Roll damage.
Which is a D8 plus, D10 plus 3, which is the heavy. So 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
But it's piercing, and I'm not sure if it's a
Good
beam or
shot.
kelp.
It's a good shot.
Okay.
Adam is next. He can't really do anything. So Adam can't really do anything.
I
So.
thought I would next after Remy.
Yeah, you are. Why did I miss Gary? Gary.
So I won't take it personally.
You should.
So I may end up regretting this, but I'm going to bop him on the head with hammer and then hammer.
Okay.
So
Importantly,
hammer number 1. I'm pretty confident this is being
A 10.
yes.
I'm afraid that does miss.
It's 10, isn't it?
That's probably a good thing.
Oh,
You're
sorry,
plus 8 on
11.
each hammer. Yes.
11, but I'm still pretty, yeah.
yeah, I got the 11.
Oh, and that's even worse.
Okay. You attack for both of them though, so no downsides. Direct's just going to shoot each of them once.
Oh, wait, no, my maths is shit. That's not worse at all. It's 13.
13 still doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so it's still not good. I use my thingy
Your thingy?
to add 10
Plus 10. That'll hit.
to make it hit. I always forget what it's called. 7 plus 4, 11 damage.
Okay, you kill the one in front of you.
I'm glad I didn't stick with my first one.
On Direct's turn, he fires 2 bolts at the one attacking Gazar. They come past either side of your head, and they hit it, and the thing in front of you falls back into the water, and then just floats away as bits of seaweed.
Excellent.
They are both dead.
Who's that?
Church, do you return to the gnomish form?
Well, now that they're dead, I'm very tempted just to quickly swim back down to where all those gems were and grab as many as I can carry.
You can take the bag of holding off Altman.
Yeah.
Just
You let me
actually, let me think that through. If you open the bag of holding underwater, all the water is going to rush into the bag of holding
Oh yeah.
Yes, it will.
because there's quite a large
You
space
have to
inside.
However, as long as it remains open as he puts a gem inside, it will push water out.
Whether it fills its capacity or not.
I'll just carry gems.
Carry
Also,
gems.
Carry gems.
Okay.
If the bag of holding it reaches its max capacity, it explodes.
Yeah. So Chirtopus will go and pick gems up.
Then is it at
and
its max capacity in regards to the air when you open it?
Chert manages to get for the party
Air doesn't have a physical.
a total of 600 gold pieces worth of
It's a
gems.
vacuum inside the bag.
But
Okay.
it's money, so it doesn't really.
Which is
But
worse
it's gems.
because then it will
Gems.
pull the air from the
Yeah,
environment
gems,
into
that's
it.
what I'm picking
Oh,
up.
it's coins we don't keep, gems we do.
Smiler,
It's an alternative.
600 gold
Okay,
pieces
that
worth
works
of
for me.
gems.
And we know about this amount, so you can't hide it.
It exists on a different plane.
Yeah. It's kind of like the vacuum.
You know about it now. However, in 3 more
Pressure
seconds,
density
you'll
of
be like,
the outer layer of
shit,
the
we have
atmosphere.
something.
There's a 30% loss
Yeah.
every year, but don't worry about it because you got so much anyway.
Yeah, something like that.
Where's my notes?
I really struggled with that at GCSE. It's like, okay, so the vacuum of space and the atmosphere.
You can put notes
Why
all
is
you
that?
want. I still don't have to tell you how much I've got.
Well, I know we've got £600 worth.
I've got £600. Alright, Matt.
Throw my phone down.
Oh, there's a bet going on here.
Excellent. After getting the gems, Chird will now revert back to.
Azar, if you make it safely across the room, Derek and Garion will join you.
I wonder what that note was.
Yeah, so with that room that's underneath the wall, did Chuck the Puss get all the gems out of it? Did he get all the loot out of it?
That's just a bunch of gems.
That was it. Can we not go down that corridor on the left?
It's not a corridor.
Tops
Is it
of
not?
houses underwater, aren't they? Tops
It's
of
just a
rooms.
break in the path.
Oh, you can't like jump in through it that
No,
way.
no.
Alright, fair enough.
And literally, there's a wall there that is the wall of the room.
No, that answers that question. Fair
And a
enough.
hammer will tell you it's not a secret door.
Oh yeah, we got the hammer that tells us it's a secret.
What interests me is why the room was flooded. What was the what's the backstory there?
We might find out in a future room.
This whole dungeon is sort of below the water table. It's so far under the mountain that
Okay.
it's below the local water table. So it could just be a weakness in the foundations, just let the water seep in.
Yeah, I get you.
Right, should we shove Adam up the stairs?
Yeah, come on Adam. Up you go.
Adam will ascend the stairs.
I'll follow behind Adam.
We had the conversation about putting whatever on we can on Adam.
We did. Do we not put something on him?
No
Nope.
one had any spare because I had to part X mine too.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing will fit.
Yeah.
That's it.
He doesn't fit my
Mine
spare
might.
leather armor either. It's got, skin and bone.
Well, if he's not going to get into the elephant guys, he's not going to get into the fucking anorexic.
No, it would have fit into mine, but I don't have any spare.
Yeah.
I part X it to upgrade to mine.
He'll just look daft in my stuff.
Probably fit over his fingers.
Yeah. You could wear one of my hats over one of his ears.
I see. Right.
Does the golem have ears?
That's a good point, actually.
Well, it has to hear the command somehow.
I mean, I guess if you give it that,
A golem has magical awareness. I don't know how else to
sufficient
describe
answer,
it.
isn't it, really?
I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
Like you can make
Well, he
golems.
knows, but
You could make a golem that looks like a train that doesn't have any physical ears or anything, and it would hear your commands.
Just
It
like,
is aware of what is being done.
just like Whelp, was it? The
hammer.
Yeah, hammer.
The hammer has no
technically-
face, but it's aware of
Yeah.
what's
a
going on.
golem
Exactly.
itself, the lore behind it, I don't know if it's different in D&D. The way it would be is that you would write a wish,
Scrolls in the head, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Put
you
the golem
have a
and that's how you would
word,
communicate.
isn't it? Yeah.
But you had to be. It was like
It was the
like
Jewish wish for
genies.
life, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think. And on
And
a
you had to
scroll.
be very, very careful what you wished for because the golem doesn't think about what you wish for; it just follows it.
Okay, we have a room. We have a corridor with a
This is a
door.
flesh golem, isn't it? Not a clay golem.
How far behind is the street?
Adam opens the door and says it's an empty corridor. About 20 seconds on the stream for Twitch delay.
Alright.
Is it? 'Cause
I
that's-
was going to say that looks
Is
so
it-
bad.
Are you playing this or not?
Is it? I don't know if it's frozen or-
Because we killed
If
them.
there's a 20-second
Stream would be caught
delay,
up.
is that so you can pull the feed if someone says something uber offensive?
No.
No.
No, because it's still broadcast.
it's to stop something called. What do they call it? Stream sniping.
Wow.
So you can watch
yeah.
So
the stream.
if you're playing multiplayer,
Okay.
so
Now I
you
understand.
can't see
Thank
where
you.
the enemy are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I did that playing Halo on LAN because one of my flatmates had a camera.
A mirror.
ironically. A camera, and we snuck into the room. We've been playing and he was kicking everyone's ass, so we snuck into the room with his camera. This was back in the early noughties, so it was like wires and everything. Just placed it on the sofa behind his head, which he didn't because he sat like this the entire time. And I went back into my mate's room where we were playing. And then it was just like bang, dead, bang, dead. It's like, what the fuck?
How
Like
did they-
Smiler's playing. They're like, Smiler's crap at video games. I'm like, I know, but I know where you are.
Yeah, that's not, knowing is half the game, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Jesus, there's a corridor down here.
I will slowly walk down the one to the right with a mage hand out in front to cover friendly
Okay.
tracks.
Yeah, maze theory, isn't it? That's what we call it, isn't it?
Yeah, because I don't trust that big.
The big symbol on the floor.
Pretty much.
Big symbol on the floor.
Yeah, that's like.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're supposed to leave that invisible, but yeah, I don't trust it.
No, so it's some annoying little contraption that doesn't make sense.
Ah.
It's a symbol carved into the floor. Roll me an Arcana check.
Cool. Arcana. Speciality here. Where is it?
Why is the stream still not updated?
Just look like it's paused.
It's updated here.
It could be the
Oh hey! 21.
website thing that's been
21.
Could be the Wi-Fi
21 for Arcana.
used. It's more
Okay.
likely to be the
13
website.
for 8.
Okay.
The seal on the floor, because that's what it is, a seal.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be the fact that I'm no longer on the website.
It's a powerful binding spell.
Alright.
So you have to be active for it. to-
Whatever is on the other side of the doors,
Looks like it.
of the other doors of the corridor,
That's a bit frustrating.
is held there by the seal. But as opposed to like finding magic where I'm going to make you my servant by casting this spell, this is something that someone casts to lock themselves away. It's actually most commonly found in student wizards studying for a test. They'll cast a symbol like this on their door, so they cannot leave their room until they finish their studies.
Ah.
Like, you know, they learn how to cast the spell, and then don't learn how to undo it until much later in the textbook, so they have to learn the textbook to be able to undo the
Can
spell.
I call Gary in over to see if he'll cast Detect Good or Evil? To see if
He
it's an
absolutely
evil
can.
thing across that seal. To see if it's worth trying to undo it. If Garen's okay with that.
If
I
nothing
can do
else, you can always send Adam across to see if it's a problem.
Do you want to do that first before I could casting Detect Good and Evil and wasting like a spell slot or something?
Good and evil or magic?
I'll let you choose whichever one you think's
Do
appropriate.
I have good and evil? No, I don't have good and evil, so it'd have to be magic if I'm going to try to detect anything.
Should we send Adam across first to see if it's worth
Right,
wasting?
as well then.
Yep. Garen, throw him across through your trunk.
What, Adam?
Throw Adam. He's huge.
He's like
Elephant power.
He's like 8 feet
It's not
tall
like-
and made of flesh.
Elephant power though.
No.
No, that's like
alright,
getting me to
no,
throw
alright.
Sid.
I tell
What
Adam
you're
just
not
to
gonna
walk
Okay, you with one arm
He'll
throw
fall
Arnold
over at best.
Schwarzenegger into
That's all you get.
Alright, I ask Adam nicely just to walk in a straight
And I'll
line.
follow.
Adam
over
walks in
with
a
it.
straight line down the corridor with no other
We're
effect.
both laying on the
Yep.
floor like, ow. That was a bad plan.
Okay.
He gets to the door, he turns around and he says, door.
Correct.
I shout over. Open door.
Before he can open the door, there is a loud, sharp voice that says, unless you want your pet riddled with arrows, stay where you are.
Reveal yourselves.
I don't really think we have the upper hand here to be demanding stuff of the people aiming arrows at us.
Let me make sure we're on the map here.
Yep.
You can see there is an arrow slit at the end of the corridor, and there is a older, we're talking 50s, human male, stood there
That's not that
with a
old.
crossbow bigger than his.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It's a huge, long thing. It's about 4 feet long, and it is thick with this huge metal cylinder on the side. He seems to be more propping it up than holding it.
Okay.
I was going to say, does he look like he's...
So
knows
he's,
what he's using it?
he's getting on an age, you'd say.
Does he
If
look
what he's
capable?
using is an AK-47, this guy has
A
an
bazooka.
LMG, a machine gun.
Okay.
Does he look like he is...
Getting on an age.
Will you let me finish my fucking sentence?
Go on, Smiler.
For fuck's sake.
What?
I don't give a shit about his age, he's 50.
Go on.
Does he look like he knows what he's doing with a fucking crossbow? And fuck
Yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's...
He
Yeah,
knows
so
what
he's
he's
not
doing.
just some guy with a big fuck off crossbow that doesn't... He knows what he's doing. Cool. Yeah, let's not.
He's like, what do you wish with us?
We don't...
Why are you here?
Why are any of us here?
Because we fucking can. Sorry, go Peaky Blinders on you again. I can't remember actually. Why are we here? I've got lost in the dungeon. What were you?
Well, Remy is searching for T, who was supposed to be setting up his next gig.
To remind you of why you're here,
We're escorting
why the
Rennie.
rest of you are here.
Okay, yeah.
The rest of you are here because people have been going missing.
Oh,
Along
yes,
with
we're
various-
here. Yeah. Hi, sorry, back in the room.
Oh yeah, the
Along
noble cause.
No,
yeah,
of course.
yeah.
We're here because people have been going missing
And
in around this tomb.
livestock.
And
has been going
livestock has
missing
been
from
going as
local
well.
farms and
So,
shepherds.
so basically, what you just said to me, I say back to you. People have been going missing, livestock, stuff like that. So we've been sent here to investigate by the people local. We mean you no harm if you mean us no harm. However, I warn you, if you mean us harm,
We'll fight.
We have a huzzah.
Yeah.
So, if you guys ever go out in a TPK, he has to be the last one alive. So he could be your last huzzah.
Ah.
Fireball!
in fairness,
Yeah, exactly.
technically, if he dies at any point, he's our last huzzah.
Not if
Oh,
you get a
okay.
Polish winged lancer. Those are also hussars.
Ah.
Well, just for clarity, are these the people that have gone missing, or are these the people taking people
No,
that
you
have gone
don't
missing?
know yet.
No, that's the question that I'm asking to the T.
He says,
Are these the people that have gone missing?
Whilst-
Or are these the people that have taken those that have gone missing?
whilst I mean you and your fellow travellers no harm, I cannot promise the same of my companion. She is a little bit impaired at the moment.
Too many
For the
sexist
love
jokes.
of all the gods, do not open the door. Perception checks from anyone who can see the arrow slit, please.
Can I see the arrow slit? I
You
don't
can
know.
from where you are.
Sorry, I'm tabling.
I always seem to be under your piece of paper when I'm looking for something like.
Can my person see the?
I mean, I can see the arrow slit.
A 12 for Chert.
Remy nails a stonking. I mean, a super.
I feel like my perception's
10.
gone down. I got a 15.
What perception
that
did you
helps.
say?
Yes.
13.
Not better, so cool.
14.
14, 13,
A huge 10.
10,
15.
15,
13.
13.
Let's not underlook the fact
Altman,
that it was a
you
huge
noticed
10.
it.
Right at the top.
Everyone else is like.
10.9. 10.4.
Everyone else is
Yeah,
looking at the
see,
bow and
yeah,
arrow,
yeah,
the
round,
crossbow.
Yeah.
And I'm
Altman,
like,
you notice that round his neck is a wreath of some form of weed that's been tangled together to be a sort of a hollow wreath even around his neck. And he seems to be like whenever he does take his hand off the gun, it's to check the wreath is still there, and he keeps glancing into the room.
ooh, poison ivy
Still
type
continue.
situation, maybe. Okay.
Please do not enter the room.
Mage hand the wreath off. I think.
It's my fucking gun.
What do you want to do?
Probably doesn't have mage hand.
I don't. Yeah.
It doesn't
I
have
don't.
nothing in anything useful.
Okay.
I need some more ranged attacks.
Your companion.
Yes.
You said she's impaired.
Currently,
Does she need help?
no. She'll be done by sunrise. She'll be fine.
She cursed.
That's one way of saying it.
Aren't we all?
Does anything happen when he answers that? Does the wreath react in any way negatively? Is he able to talk? Are you able to talk to me freely, or
I'm free to talk.
yes, I've been married as well. I know the feeling. Blink twice.
While they're talking. Oh no, bad idea. Not doing it.
That's an interesting necktie you're wearing.
For safety, not fashion.
Your safety or someone else's?
Definitely mine.
Maybe you should let us in. We can help.
Uh,
We're very good
I
at
doubt that.
Ooh.
Either you will be dead or we will.
Well, we've faced death many times before, and some of us are still here. Can Chert
Surprisingly.
I am able, if your companion is cursed, or however you wish to phrase it, I have the ability to remove curses, and I can do it through the slit. That sounded right.
Wow. Well, yeah. That's got to be a double persuasion
I just need
check,
to.
surely.
I just need to put my hand through the slit, and I will be able to do it.
Or remove any curse you want as long as I put my hand through
Through
the slit.
Yeah. Would you or your companion be amenable to this?
I certainly would. Do not know how I could get her to cooperate.
Well, I'm not going to open the door, which meets your requirements.
I'm glad you're saying that.
Would you mind if we cast a spell to see what's in the room? That wouldn't be coming through the door, but it would allow us to work out how we can best help you.
Oh, shitballs, it's as touch. I have to physically touch her. Is there a way I could put my hand through the slit and touch her? Oh, dear.
I think we're all touched by this one.
It would definitely be a bad idea for any part of you to be in this room.
Ah.
It's what
Alright,
the guy says.
However, if you wish to help, if you must make physical contact, if you will open the door, she will definitely come out and see you.
I'll tell you what, before we
Maybe your large friend here could try to restrain her.
Okay, cool.
Can Chert cast
Do-
Clairvoyance?
Does anyone want to borrow my wand of entanglement?
Well, Remy would like to stand behind the door that is behind him.
Azarth, do you have any tangling type stuff?
Oh, when I was an octopus, that was the one thing the octopus did.
Let's have a gander.
I mean, if you're going to do it again, I'd go for a bigger one.
I'd go for a big one, yeah.
It's the one thing he did.
Yeah.
He had 3 hit points.
Spell,
It would have been
let's
for
have
half
a
a
look.
round, no matter when he did it.
Yeah, it's like, I've got you, you rip me in half.
Not really. Not really anything entangling, no.
Would you be up for taking my wand of entanglement to
Yeah.
fire that to make sure it's difficult for her to hurt me?
Yeah, I'd be up for that. I'd give it a gander.
Ooh, I've also got that. I forgot about that.
Chert and his fellow cohort. But if the people you seek are not through the doors, why do you require entrance to the doors?
Yeah,
Because there's the door and there might be treasure behind it.
Because that's what we do. We open doors and we try to help but end up killing everything.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't say that out loud.
We are homicidal maniacs.
We can say that out loud either.
I believe they were a opening act once before.
Can Chert...
Well, and we are a tribute act.
Chert's
Yeah.
going to cast Clairvoyance behind the door.
Okay.
So if I was going to say, if you... sorry, I was just going to say to Matt, if you're prepared to do the entanglement, it basically creates... They have to do a strength saving throw to see if they're entangled, but it makes the ground difficult ground for them.
Yeah.
If you're ready to do that, you want to do clairvoyance to find out
Let's
what's...
have a look first.
See what you can have a look first. But when we're ready, if everyone could be ready to basically... If
Breach it,
nothing
yeah.
else, breach and deal with this. And I'm going to run up to this woman and go... Boop! Remove curse and see what happens.
Alright.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
But if you do the clairvoyance first, just to see if that gives us any extra information.
Alright, Chert will cast Clairvoyance and...
I can sense colour. I reckon it's evil.
Well, in response to Altman's sort of points, Remy will ready Lola against anything going down, but target
Lola? Oh,
the heavy crossbow. Decides to
Who's
name her.
Lola? Where's he been keeping it?
Against the guy behind the arrow slit. That's the unknown factor, isn't it? That's the unreachable factor.
I just want to touch you.
How's that work? Oh, it just works. Does it just work? Oh, there it is. You touch all curses affecting one creature or object, and then the object is cursed by a magical item. Its curse remains. Oh.
Its curse remains. So it's not remove curse then.
Well, it is, but if it's cursed by, say that if the hammer was cursed,
Okay.
and I touch Steve and he's got the hammer, it doesn't remove the curse from him because it's the item that's cursed. I'd have to.
I understand. Okay. You got this.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically... Oh, no, wait. Sorry, it goes on a bit further. So actually, no, if I remove curse from you and you're holding a cursed object, the attunement is broken, so you can then throw that object away.
Right, got you,
So it
got you.
does break the
Yeah, it
curse,
does break
which
it.
is
Okay, cool.
kind of a really weird word of saying it removes the curse.
So, clairvoyance.
But the thing is still cursed, it's just you are not cursed by it
Got you. Got you.
for,
Okay.
I guess, a period of time.
Can't wait till I go 10th level. I'm just ready to do it.
I've removed the curse, so I'm just going to keep it.
So, inside the room, hunched in the middle of the room, staring at the human,
Yep.
is a werewolf wearing the shreds of a very pretty dress.
Oh, now I get the lead. Yeah, okay.
What the guy's wearing is wolfsbane in a wreath, so the werewolf won't come near him. The room itself is quite sparsely furnished. What furniture there is has been broken. The werewolf's obviously been shredding and breaking things during transformation. There's gouges in the floor and wall that appear to be old, implying this isn't the first time that this werewolf or a werewolf has transformed in this room.
Sure.
The werewolf is what the guy keeps looking at. Not
Not as if it's...
Receiving instruction, but because he's...
no. Roll me a
aware.
perception, because you're the one looking, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of handy and annoying at the same time.
Oh, natural 1 for a total of 10. Well done, Shirt.
Okay.
Total of 10.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everybody else, roll me insight.
Oh, Shirt. Useless.
I believe I'm proficient in that.
Probably.
Insight, 26.
Please.
26 Fazar.
26.
18.
18.
Oh, I thought I didn't have it for a second.
Staggering 21.
21. Altman.
7
Okay.
with a +4.
So Altman's like, well, if she's a werewolf, how the fuck is she controlling him? But the other three of you are immediately hit with a sort of instinctive recognition that he's not being controlled by her. He's not capturing her. He's protecting her.
So,
And he clearly cares enough about this person to want to be in the same room as them.
listen,
Hence resorting to the wolf
This was
bane.
what my one shot was supposed to be on Wednesday.
If
but they
he
fucked it up.
if he didn't care about her, he'd lock her in the room and leave.
Yeah.
Because he's in the room, he clearly cares so much about her. He wants to make sure that even as a werewolf, she comes to no harm. Hence the risk of
Yeah.
that, and a gun big enough to slow down a werewolf while he gets out of there.
Out of interest,
Yeah.
do you have any more wolfsbane at all?
I'm afraid all I've got has been turned into the garment you see before you.
Cool.
Fancy sharing.
You say you can remove her curse.
I believe I can remove her curse.
Well,
I am willing to help.
Quickly, can I just throw in there, out of character, does
Yes.
remove curse or work?
Yes.
Because I'm about to
Remove-
get fucked up.
Remove curse will heal the life of
Yeah,
champion.
cool. That was like, I'm very confident, and now not so much.
It's just like the disclaimer you get at the end of Advent when totally quick. Just to let you know that killing the werewolf effectively removes the curse as well.
Cool.
make them say nuts.
Also, does anyone have any silver?
Ooh.
Do we have any in the bag of
Just in
holding?
case. I believe not so much. It's mainly jewels in the bag of holding.
Surely we picked up some silver plate or some
I don't know if
silverware
my
or
small
some-
knife that came with me when I started is silver, but
if you didn't state so, then it cannot just become silver.
I'm not sure how it works. And no. So no.
Cool, it's fine.
We need to find the one that turned it and get their blood. Because that cures werewolves. Doesn't supernatural.
He's willing to help
When Claire gets turned.
if you guys are offering.
It has to
roll-
be-
You have to kill the master. But
He can,
Not in supernatural.
if you pass him some form of rope or whip. Because of the wolfsbane, he's more likely to be able to tie her up, or at the very least, get her under some sort of control.
okay, I toss in my whip.
Does anyone,
This
by the
helps.
way, have the spell Hold Person?
Sadly not.
Nothing useful.
Sure.
Someone
So-
got it, didn't they?
Does a fully
No.
changed
Well,
werewolf
I've got
count
hold monster.
as
We've
a
got
That
a-
would work. In
Oh,
this
cool.
case,
We've got it on a scroll. I think we've got a whole person on a scroll.
you've got the book of Fold person.
I don't want to do that. He likes her.
I have hold monster. It's fine. He's already said
Hold
that
monster.
word.
A werewolf, in this case, I'm going to read it as a werewolf is both a person and a monster. So I'd let either of them work. You can cast that if you want to try and freeze her in place while Altman heals her. But will involve you opening the door and just being like, "Ha!"
Yeah, that's
To
why
freeze her.
that's why he's got entanglement, which probably won't work because werewolves, I imagine, are quite strong, but it may slow it down for a second or two.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I'm basically I'm gonna go my personal favourite How to Train a Dragon, sort of just basically gonna aim for the fate in that bridge of the nose.
Well, the entangle, does it lower anything else?
No, you make a strength check. If you fail it, you're grappled.
It doesn't. Right.
And if it makes it difficult terrain, which will just
Yeah,
stop her
that's
ripping my
it.
face off
Yeah.
quite as quickly, but her movement.
So the combo of Garion, him, and Altman might actually do this.
So I pick my hand round the corner and
Do you want a mage hand being
Well,
involved? Mage hand
Garion's gonna slam open the door because that's the only way Garion can get him to do it. Because he has to have eye contact with the werewolf.
yeah.
What? I was gonna say we can use mage hand to open.
Use what?
Mage hand to
Okay,
open.
either way, Garion's got to be within sight of the door.
Well, me and Chit will open the door
Then I'm
quietly.
Hold monster, is that a wisdom save?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh, 15.
Cool.
I've rolled a 4. She turns, snarls, and then freezes mid-snarl as she locks eyes with you.
You've got
Altman
1 minute to
now.
cure her.
Quick!
Your
Boot it, Snoop.
boop of hope.
That was not a boot. That was a slap. I boot gently.
Your boop of hope
My boop of hope.
makes contact with her nose,
Please don't kill me.
and there's a warm yellow light spreads from your point of contact, spreads over her whole
When you
body.
said warm and yellow, I was genuinely concerned I was going to be if I'm going to be honest, I was like,
It spreads from the point of contact and covers the body. And eventually, the whole of the frozen werewolf is surrounded with a yellow, orangey light. Slowly,
while this is happening, I'm going to take my cloak and just do that. Just in case.
slowly, the outline changes from bestial to human. And before long,
At which point, hold monster would stop working.
there is
Thought the
on
same.
the floor a human woman now wrapped in Altman's cloak.
Nice touch.
There's no sexual
The
assault.
problem is it's a cloak of invisibility and now we can't see it.
Well, no, 'cause,
I'm joking.
The soldier rushes to her
I
side.
haven't got a cloak of invisibility.
The soldier rushes to her side and he's like, Nala, is it you? She looks up, tears in her eyes.
Are you
She's like,
telling me
"Yes."
the werewolf was called Nala?
When she transformed, she was called Snarler.
Yeah. When she transforms, she's called Snarla.
Yeah. I don't know someone like that.
Alright, now where's Simba?
His name's Burkett, so not Simba.
Oh.
She's tears in her eyes. She's like, yes, it's me. I'm me again.
It's
It's Carly,
Steve.
but it's me. It's me.
We've got Hook to contend with now.
Kiss me.
Is that cure
Cocky bastard.
or just...
Yeah, because it's
Well,
night time.
together.
She was.
Ah.
It removes the curse of lycanthropy.
Burkett's got
Of
tears
what
in
now?
his eyes of himself, of his own.
Lycanthropy.
There's joy. There's laughter. They are
Lycanthropy.
I'm
I'm
clearly
tired
happy to
now.
have
I'm
this
starting to go
sorted.
Welsh.
Burkett says he doesn't know how he can thank you. He doesn't know how he can offer. He has nothing. He can offer you the priest now that he is no longer in need of it. So
Doesn't
that
need that.
I
maybe
mean,
crossbow
quick
either.
question: Is there any? Can you give us some information? Maybe is there more
yes,
werewolves?
yes. What do you need to know? No more werewolves. No. What do you need to know? What,
Well, that
what
makes the
else?
wolf bait kind of pointless, but thank you.
No, none in this dungeon.
Well, yeah, but I'll put it in my bag, see what happens.
Alright.
Put it in my purse. I'd say man bag, but
Oh yeah, you weren't
The-
here for that. That hasn't been explained to you.
so it's a Gucci
The bag of
handbag.
holding is actually a Gucci handbag.
With chainmail.
So
Like
when,
it.
when you're looking at my character, when we're talking, my character is basically a pimped out half orc with
Okay.
a full on
Yeah.
pimp hat and feather and everything, with a
Gucci
tracked Gucci handbag, that I can just keep
Gucci
shoving
bag
stuff
of holding.
into.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So
Very proud of.
Yeah.
I ask him for the unexplored corridor
He will give you the information of what's coming up. He says, look, there's it's quite you've seen he's asking first of all about the lazy river and the luxury of feeling and that, and you guys say you've been there.
I genuinely was like, why does anyone know about Centre Parks? What?
You've been there.
I was like, oh yeah.
You
Remember there was
explain
the
you've
laser,
been
yeah.
there, and then he explains that the only bits you have left to do is there's a few more doors along this corridor that they've never been allowed to go up. They've been allowed to use the room in exchange for keeping all the monsters down here fed.
Well, seems
They provide meat, usually livestock.
usually.
Usually. Occasionally they hunt deer.
Okay,
game.
sorry.
So when you say monsters, the monsters that you were keeping fed, can I just go? Were any of them ahead of us, or have we basically faced them?
No, the only thing ahead of us is the beast that claims ownership of the mountain. It returned a few months ago, and it fought off.
Do we know what it is?
I mean, I've heard of them in tales. They are common enough sight in these lands.
Okay, so sorry. What I'm trying to figure out
You
is
guys are-
who's letting you use the room, or is it just a case of
The owner, the lord of the caves, has been
Okay.
letting us use this room.
I said we go and say hello.
is there anything we should know about this lord before we?
Oh, absolutely. Just give me one moment, because I need to type this properly.
Yeah. What?
He is-
country
He is vicious.
folk.
He is savage, relentless. Some would even describe him as blazing,
Savage, relentless,
powerful. He arrived and defeated the previous lord, Calax the Crab, in moments.
He collapsed the crap.
Calax the Crab.
Is it an IKEA shelf?
Yeah, it is. And he says that sitting in the large cave,
I'm
above him,
Tony.
That's a massive. That's huge.
guarding the treasure,
Yeah, big room,
is the lord of the cave.
lazy, powerful.
The
Fucking
acoustics
dragon.
in that
It's a dragon in a
space
dungeon.
must be second to none.
It would be.
This better be a good song of
Yeah.
of strength or
Yeah,
whatever.
and
it is.
I think is that not the
So
stage
what,
that
if
was
you-
like
if
a
you guys-
dildo?
if you-
And
Oh, what?
ruling these caves, having claimed
What do
the
you mean
mountain,
a what? Everyone knows what a dildo is.
Having claimed the
That's not
valuables,
question.
Oh, I thought you meant stage.
having claimed the mountain and the area near it, comes Razath, the great black drake.
Razath, I am Azath. Nice to meet you.
Razath.
We must be related.
Our brother from a second
He is a
mother.
black dragon who has
Yeah.
hoarded so much wealth. The scales on his underbelly have become covered with gold that he's melted onto
I
them.
genuinely thought from that image from where I am, you're going to say he's accumulated so much wealth he's now to
No. He's melted gold and then rolled in it to give his scales a shine and a gleam they wouldn't otherwise have.
You have heat metal.
He's
gonna be
even
a-
styled
So
himself
Very
what
true.
you're telling
crown.
me is that he has a
Very true.
additional kind
Like
of
a
You
power.
don't
German
touch the thing.
He is
He's trying
a
to keep you alive.
he is a young black
You're just gonna
dragon.
run up and just go, poke!
Yeah. Slap him.
Yes, he's Tamatel.
He's going to have 8 foot of Adam marching towards him.
That sounds awful to him, like.
Shiny.
Yes, he is a young black dragon
Christ.
That's
Bling
Oh.
now.
claimed the mountain as his own.
Alright, what 5th level spells can I cast?
There's only one way to claim the
Good job
mountain
with
back.
streaming because there's so many
Oh, we gotta kill
wrong
him.
things going through my head right now.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm guessing are we in this room?
No, you're being
Take it
told
out,
about the
jokes.
room. That's why you're viewing it.
What should we all just
You guys
enter
are
this
still
room?
here.
Is that the target we're going for?
Yep.
Oh, shitballs.
Actually, just before we do that,
Could we take a long rest?
You absolutely can.
Yes.
Nala and Burkett will let you.
Is anyone
I would
using
gain
long
one
red
spell slot for doing that.
Yeah,
Yes, but
I
my
would
point
gain
is, if
one.
we're going to be fighting a dragon
Best to have all the spell
Alright,
slots we
covered
need,
in
don't
gold,
Well,
and also
hang
it
on.
gives it means if we
I would
learn
rest like,
any
you know,
interesting
20 minutes
spells
ago.
or level
we do
up,
this a lot.
You don't.
Two rooms, sleep for a day.
Sit down and wait.
Yeah.
there's a bed there. I mean,
There's
I
five.
haven't
Isn't
cast
that
any
phenomenal?
spells yet, so I'm
No,
good. But
I don't think anyone's cast any spells with
I was
fire.
merely
think
giving the
Sid's
DM
the only
chance
one
to
with
power
I've
us up
used
if we need
Bardic
to.
I cast a third
Inspiration.
level spell.
You've used one, haven't you?
I've recovered it now since we've had it on.
I think I've
Well,
used
no, we
Bardic
haven't, that's what we're
Inspiration.
saying.
That
That's what we
returns as a
discussed.
short
Oh.
rest, doesn't it?
I'm suggesting a long rest, but I wasn't aware.
Allman
of
is suggesting a
it was-
long rest, but there is no one is hurt, and only 2 spells in the entire party have been used.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
used 2 as well.
I was
Okay.
hoping that the DM would might
Polymorph
level us
now.
up if we
Actually,
did,
Polymorph.
that makes
Clairvoyance.
4 spells used,
Yeah.
so it
which
might be
means
worth
that you
it.
might
Quick.
be going into a battle with a dragon at full strength is always best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's definitely.
There's no detriment to it, is there? Let's be honest.
Let's have a quick nap.
Yeah. Quick nap.
Make
Quick
sure
now, then
everyone's.
bring out the church Rex.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone is. If we could ask before you go, if you could just keep watch over us while we have a quick nap.
Absolutely.
If we're going
Please
to face this
feel
dragon.
free to use the bedroom next door.
There's 5 of us top and tailing in the bed. They'll come in, it'll be the strangest sight they've ever seen.
Okay.
Why would they come in while we were sleeping? That's
Before we
weird.
go in,
Keep an eye
What
on
are
us.
you casting?
knowing that we're going in.
What are you casting?
Piece of
Spirit
advice:
guardians.
if people are staying,
Before
knowing
you
you're
go
going
against the
well.
dragon.
don't walk in.
Yeah,
in
knowing
the middle of the night
what's
to check
going
on
to be in
them.
there,
It's
I
fine.
preempt
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They get upset.
What
trust
we'll
me.
do is next session.
There's only 4 or
it's
5
gonna
times
be
you can get
fire.
away with
Yeah,
that
yeah,
before
yeah.
she moves out.
No,
Because-
it's just a thought then. It's like,
Do you think you'll lend us his massive crossbow?
as soon as we've been given the heads up.
Yes.
It's probably exotic, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Except, you say that, there is no such thing as exotic proficiency anymore.
Okay.
You have martial and superior, you're
That's
and
right.
simply you're into weapon types. There is
I
some
quite
weapons.
enjoy having you in the group
Okay.
because you talk about stuff that I don't know because I've only ever done 5th edition.
So,
and it's
yeah.
interesting to see how the
The way it works,
how
though,
it's
is-
changed for the for the stream. I've
Occasionally-
Well, I only know
it's
the
like-
3 before and the
it's like-
5.
yeah.
The 4 I jumped completely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people did those.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of
so
bad things
the
about
way it works now is that occasionally you'll get a weapon that is neither simple nor martial.
Okay.
In which case you can usually find a way to train in it to get that specific weapons
Sure.
proficiency.
So the question then becomes: is it simple? Clearly not. Is it martial? Potentially.
Almost certainly, it's very militaristic.
Well,
in
then,
nature.
interestingly, because I did take fighter first, I have martial proficiency.
You do.
So if we can barter
Yeah.
with it
I was
somehow.
going to say if we could, I think it's beneficial for all of us to basically get this dragon out of here for everyone locally, and you may no longer have a werewolf for a wife,
But you might have a dragon to deal with.
but there'll be dragon fighting about, so it can only get bad. Would we be able to use your
Massive
borrow?
machine.
We were happy to return it if you wish to have it back. But if we're going to go into a fight with a dragon, it might be beneficial to have a slightly larger crossbow. You up for that,
What do you
sir?
say, sir?
Pardon?
And if
Give us your crossbow. And
give us
we're
your
gonna
crossbow,
use it
so
to
we're
smash
going
this dragon.
to go smash this dragon.
Yeah.
You cured his lifelong love of being a werewolf. He just gives you the thing.
Okay,
Oh.
cool.
With
Well, I would never wish him
It
to be
does not
undefended.
fire.
I will part my ways with Lola, which is a big thing for Remy.
it does not fire normal bolts. It fires longbow arrows.
Well, that's
Did-
I don't have any longbow arrows.
Do you have any longbow arrows to go with this? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we
He
go.
has them. They're on a belt.
Okay.
The crossbow will hook on to the front of
And
the
it's
belt.
definitely a crossbow.
Definitely a
Well,
crossbow.
then-
Oh,
I'm literally about to make it for you, and I'll add it to your character.
I've just thought, while you're doing that, with those longbow arrows, I have a poisonous kit. Can I use a vial of my poison to poison the tips of the
We're
arrow?
going to do pre-combat setup next session because
Next
we're on
session.
25 past 10 already.
Okay.
So I won't just throw you in with the dragon. Sid's got a spell he wants to cast. Anyone else that wants to do anything, polymorph into a T-Rex, for example,
Yeah.
Would we not
can
want to
be
do that in
prepared.
the room?
Probably, but it can be prepared. So his first
Yeah.
action is just roar.
Step in the room. Oh shit!
And we're all just
T-Rexes aren't quite as big as dragons.
we're all just there
I
like,
don't know.
ah.
Cast it on Shirt or cast it on T-Rex.
Adam.
I've got to learn this.
Adam would be a good shot.
That would be a fair point.
That's a good shot. That's gonna
Then you can still use your spells as well.
still use spells and stuff like that because basically
Clever.
we're going around buffing people up and
Can you polymorph?
No, it's concentration.
Okay.
Could you pull him off the big bad guy?
Can I haste?
Does that limit what
Could
you?
you pull him
It
off
doesn't,
the
does
dragon
it? It
and
doesn't.
run out until they all just
Yeah,
say,
you,
not in this
if,
one.
if you've
You
got
just can't cast another
Well, it
spell.
depends.
Dragons-
It-
okay.
No,
So
so
it's
you
annoying
can cast
as
other
well.
spells if they're not concentration spells.
Okay.
So,
So like a
through
reaction
spells
or
attack,
something
yeah.
else. Okay.
So he can
Sid, you just
maintain that
unplug my
Yeah.
charger for
and
us.
do other stuff.
other
but
s-
if he has
there
to
it
do a
is.
similar type
Okay.
of spell.
So my recollection
Thank you.
of the
I mean,
3.5
most
in
of them are
particular
good.
is that a concentration, an attack. You making an attack will break your concentration,
Yes.
which
so,
is why I pull him off as a
yeah.
concentration because
There's certain ones that will, like if he takes damage, he has to roll to see if he's still concentrating.
yeah, absolutely,
And vice
yeah,
versa.
it makes sense. Yeah.
I will be before we go in there because it's not a concentration. I'll be casting motivational speech on everybody. So you all get 5 temporary hit points. Advantage on wisdom saving
Could
throws.
someone, because I'll forget, find the little speech from the one I keep doing 30% of, is the one from Peaky Blinders. Or we can do the other one from Peaky
My
Blinders.
favourite one.
No fucking
fucking
fire.
No, that's what it is. As long as it's
And then we go to Dragon. Fuck off.
Peaky Blinders.
And that, you can do that motivational speech from the King's Speech. I have a voice. See if that has the same
Eventually.
effect.
I've not.
I was going to do
Have you not?
Al Pacino's Any Given Sunday, but I'll.
I mean, you pick your speech. I'll just give another one anyway.
It's
fine,
yeah,
just
so
give one.
we have lots of
It
speeches.
won't have the same effect, but we can just do loads of like.
You know, Altman just snatches the
Although
one.
I'd probably
Here's
go
my
for the
turn.
Keanu Reeves one from The Replacements, which is bruises heal, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever.
That is all. Or you could do the speech from Ready Player One. And then the end of Ready Player One.
Are you talking the movie or the book?
The movie.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Because that's not from the
speech?
book.
I've just ordered the hardback.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then the one from the book that I've not read
Post
yet.
that.
It's great. Love it.
If you've watched the movie, I recommend the book. Anyone, because that way round, the book is just a
Phenomenal.
1,000 times better.
Absolutely it is.
To get me to physically read,
Well, I've been told.
Sure. It has to be engaging.
It has to be
Yeah.
engaging. And I'm dyslexic and have very little time to do stuff, and I probably have ADHD. That's not diagnosed at this point, but it's definitely I'm up there with Sid.
It's highly likely.
Highly likely. So to get me to read an entire book and a sequel
Sure.
is brilliant. And the way things are done in the movie are good if you don't know how it
Yeah,
happened in the
it's
film.
one of them
Enjoy the
where
movie.
I understand why it was done the way it was because of the time constraints. Because
And also
to fit that book in one film,
media, isn't
the
it?
amount of copyright licensing stuff
Oh,
that
God,
they would
yeah.
need to have signed off. The stuff that they got signed off was impressive. The stuff that was missed out is a shame.
Understandable, yeah.
For me, my only issue with Ready Player One is it should have just been a movie that was based on Ready Player One.
Sure.
Because
Rather than trying to-
because of the situation, they had to cut out pivotal
quite pivotal
character
plot points.
development points,
Character
and
points,
that you're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
That's-
Well, the book will arrive soon, so I'll
Yeah.
see what. I'll jump straight into
I'm
it.
gonna have to listen to that again.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not even half. Well, I'm only 10 books into my 70 gigs worth of Star Wars books.
No. I'm only 3 into my Star Wars books.
I'm listening to them all in. Currently
Canon.
listening to the canon ones in canonical order. Currently in the 10 BBY, I think I'm listening to at the moment. The A-wise. Before Battle of Yavin. So I don't know. Star Wars time is measured in
My problem is
BBY.
I listened to the books about Boba Fett because my girlfriend loves Boba Fett, and now I know more about Boba Fett than she does. So, Boba Fett.
And I am a Mandalorian.
Yeah, and then I've started on
Oh,
some
yeah,
Old
forgot.
Republic stuff now, which is quite interesting.
Someone's finally posted a picture, so I can show you the my new costume. That costume that I unveiled on Sunday.
Unveil.
I mean, you can't show it to the stream, so we might
No.
say goodbye.
We'll say goodbye to everybody here. Hello, first time chat from viewer.
Ooh,
Spider Mandalorian.
We
I
are
like that. That's
definitely
very cool.
on a Leroy Jenkins setup. We absolutely are.
For the second time
Nice.
in my D&D career,
Well put together.
I am about to fight a dragon in an actual fucking dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
And it's
times
both-
in this
it's
one.
In this
yeah.
group, yeah.
It's it's nice. I like it.
It was one of the things
Very
that was
good,
upset.
right.
It was one of the things that I've never seen a dragon
Guys, we are going to say
anywhere near a
goodnight.
dungeon.
It's been really nice having some viewers on tonight. We hope you all have a really good evening. If any of you are in Harrogate, if you're in town, come down to the Geek Bar, check us out. We've got loads of stuff on sale and loads of games to play.